Stone goes longs towards Aderoju. Forest Green have to clear the first ball away. J Rowe heads it forward for Boston United. Maguire trying to pick it up in midfield. Boston with a change of shape today as Aidan Stone has the ball in his grasp at the moment. So if we just go through the two changes, first of all, Jacob Hazel and Tony Weston replaced by Cameron Green and new signing Dan Adshead as Boston United play that ball long towards Aderoju, who's playing as the lone striker today. Hill tries to keep it in. Boston win a throw, so that team in full for Boston United. Stone in goal, and then it's J Rowe, Tom Lee, Connor Till, Cameron Green at the back. We think Sam Reid and John Richards as holding midfielders. Frankie Maguire, Dan Adshead, Dylan Hill in midfield with Pemi Aderoju up front. Boston have the ball with the goalkeeper Stone. On the bench, Kieran Coates, Keaton Ward, Martin Woods, Jacob Hazel, Adam Marriott, Tony Weston and Jake Lovelace. We'll go through the Forest Green team when there's a break in play. We'll also get Christian's thoughts as when we get this break. But Boston are coming forward now with Hill down the right hand side now for the Pilgrims. Finds J Rose, being encouraged to come forward. Farley was fouled there. Boston do win a throw in in line with the edge of the penalty area. So Christian James, the Boston United statos alongside myself, Dale, for this one, and Christian, Boston have made a very bright start.
They have, yeah. Possession's been largely in the
as
Forest
they give the
Green
ball away.
Always the way, isn't it? Commentators curse nice and early. No, we weren't sure if it was going to be a back five for Boston, but it is a 4. Reed's pushed into midfield. It's matching up Forest Green with the 4-2-3-1, and Aderoju is going to have a lot of work to do if Boston are going to hold the ball up that top end of the pitch, but for now they are pinning Forest Green in.
It was the home side that have a throw in. Boston win it back through J Rowe, and then the ball is played forward again by the home side. Teal will have plenty of time playing as a centre-half pairing with Leek. They're yet to concede a goal as a partnership, and Stone's got to be quick here, who's charged down there, managed to clear the ball away, and now Forest Green looking to bring this down, but Reid comes across for Boston United and wins the ball back well in front of a good following of Boston United fans opposite us here. We've also got a clock, Christian, opposite us. We were wondering, but it is still goalless, and we are 3 minutes into this match, and now the home side have it with one of the two former Lincoln City players, Sean Long. Plays it across to his centre half here for Green in the number 5, Ryan Innes, who's at the back with Jordan Moore-Taylor, and it's they who play the ball forward, but Leek manages to intercept there. Had to get that interception in, Tom Leek, as J Rowe now clears of Boston United. It's a long ball for Aderoju to chase, but that should trickle through to Jed Ward, all in yellow, the goalkeeper for Forest Green Rovers. And now it's with Adam May in midfield looking to play that long ball forward. Leek again has to get his head on the ball. 2 crucial interceptions from the Boston defender there, and then Teal nearly dispossessed in a dangerous position, but he clears and finds Frankie Maguire now on the halfway line for Boston United. Maguire coming forward, he's got options on his right. Said is one of them, looks for Maguire down that right hand side. Forest Green managed to clear and in the end win themselves a throw-in.
Graham Coughlin just in front of us here at the commentary position, and he was very, very happy with the work there. They pushed Forest Green all the way back up the pitch. Aderoju is going to have a lot of work to do, as we say, up that top end. Could cut an isolated figure at times. So if he can hold the ball up, United have got that pace in midfield to join him and suddenly swarm a Forest Green backline that won't anticipate having too much work to do this evening.
So the Forest Green team then, Jed Ward in goal, and then at the back, former imp Sean Long and another former imp, Jamie Robson, as the wing backs, Jordan Moore-Taylor the captain, and Ryan Innes as the centre halves. And Aidan Stone there has taken a very heavy touch just while I stop going through the team. It's cleared away by the Boston United goalkeeper, picked up in midfield by Teal. It's a bit of head tennis at the moment, but Cameron Green will head away for Boston United. Dylan Hill gets his head onto it, but long for Forest Green. It comes up to McAllister. Back to Longs, carrying on with that team. We've got the 2 midfielders in Charlie McCann and Adam May. And then attacking, you've got Harvey Bunker, Tom Knowles and Carl McAllister, with top scorer Christian Deutsch up front. On the bench, Jamie Searle, Marcelo Lavinet, Ben Tozer, the experienced defender, Emmanuel AB, Liam Sercombe, Teddy Jenks and Harry Cardwell, as Forest Green play that ball forward, but that'll be gathered in by Aidan Stone. So as Christian pointed out, both teams playing a similar formation today, and it's Boston United that are coming forward. J Rowe's already had 2 or 3 bursts forward for Boston United. It's been a good opening 5 minutes here for the Pilgrims on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Now Green, one of the 2 changes today in the left back position, back to Teal into midfield where Jordan Richards is a good ball forward, and Boston are coming forward now with Maguire, and Green on the left hand side plays the ball into Adson on the edge of the area, just couldn't quite control it. Forest Green looked to clear. Maguire looking to press high there for Boston United to win it back, and they've had to pass the way out here, but Boston high press have won the ball back, and now Jordan Richards has it. Hill for Boston, out to Green on the left hand side. Now Richards. Forest Green have forced Boston back, and it's with Teal, who thought about going back to his goalkeeper, took a heavy touch, and then the ball goes through the legs of Jordan Richards and out for a throw, and that was good pressure from Bunker for the home side.
It was good work, wasn't it? And Boston have got away already with 2 or 3 heavy touches in that final third. We saw it very early on in the home game against Forest Green. Errors will be punished against a side of this quality, and what Boston can't afford to do is let their hosts in early again.
Yes, that's exactly what happened at Oldham. 2-0 down inside 21 minutes. It was game over, but it's been a bright start from the Pilgrims here, and certainly another stern test for Graham Coughlin in his 6th match in charge. As the ball down the line from the home side will just trickle out. If you're just joining us here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, Lincoln City drew 2-2 at Huddersfield in our earlier game. We'll have more reaction to that at half-time and full-time of this game. Other results: Gainsborough winning at Lancaster 2-1, Stamford 0, Stratford 2, Alchurch 0, Spalding 1, and Grantham losing 5-0 at home to Worcester. All the local scores from today on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. It's 0-0 here between Forest Green and Boston United. When we get a break in play, we'll have a chat about the other scores in the National League. It's been a lively start from both sides, but in particular Boston, as Hill looks to try and win it in midfield, but Boston do win it, and then it's going to be a really good ball forward, and McAllister's got a bit of space now on the right hand side. If he can keep the ball in, he can. Green has gone across to him. McAllister gets the ball into the penalty area. That's brilliant defending by Jordan Richards. He gets in front of his man as he was about to shoot. I can't quite see who it was. Was it Deutsch?
I think it was Bunker.
Was it Bunker about to shoot? And Jordan Richards, yes, he was fouled, but did absolutely brilliantly there.
Yeah, good foot in, a crucial foot in. Those can go either way, but when the ball heads out in a very clearly defensive direction, you know that it is the defending Richards that's got there first, roughly on the penalty spot. Certainly won't want to give away a penalty, having discussed those potential early errors. Good travelling set of fans again today. I know there's a couple of coaches have come down. They're being treated to an open terrace, which we've seen at the likes of Woking and Altrincham already, with the hills of Gloucestershire no longer visible behind them.
Well, we've been through most of them on the way here, haven't we? It's an interesting journey to get here.
It was a taste of home.
As Boston United now well, Aderoju thought he won the ball down by the corner flag. Referee's given it as a foul to Forest Green, and a foul on Robson. Aderoju wasn't happy with it, but Forest Green get us back underway, and Jed Ward plays it across to Ryan Innes, who the ball, plays it across. Long now on the left hand side. Maguire again looking to just put them under a bit of pressure. Innes has it. He's got his centre half partner in Jordan Moore-Taylor, who plays the long ball forward. Green heads away for Boston United, and then Maguire takes a great touch to go around his man and keeps the ball in down the left hand side up against Sean Long. Still going Frankie Maguire. Long did well to and then the referee is given a foul by Maguire, which seemed odd. Just free kick to Forest Green.
Maguire done excellently just to get a toe in and then run around his man, and then he gives away a foul. Disappointing. A couple of fouls that Boston are getting away in attacking areas just there, when it looked as though Aderoju and then Maguire were going to have the chance to fashion a position for a shot at goal.
Boston United manager Graham Coughlin is edge of his box right in front of us here at the new lawn, and McAllister now coming forward for the home side, looking to play a 1-2 with Long, but Sam Reed read that really well for Boston United, and now it's Maguire plays the long ball forward towards Aderoju, who slips as he tries to control it, and it's a throw into Forest Green on the halfway line, which will be taken by Bunker, and he gets the ball back from May, and Forest Green will start again, although they've decided to go back to Jordan Moore-Taylor, so he's the skipper. Both full-backs, former Lincoln City players, in Long at right back, Robson at left. It's another long ball forward that Green can't deal with. McAllister now brings it down on the right-hand side. Green looks to try and stop the cross, but in comes across towards the back post, and Shea Rowe does really well to get a foot to that and concede a corner.
That's twice that McAllister's been found with a searching ball out to the attacking right wing. Green just misjudged it in the air. There's not much wind around. I think he just read it wrong, potentially coming out of the floodlights. But yeah, McAllister, quick feet, and let in twice there, 2 good crosses. One Richards managed to cut out and won a free kick. This time it's captain today, Jay Rowe, who's put it out for the game's first corner.
Carl McAllister's certainly been the threat so far for a Forest Green side that are unbeaten here this season, and they have their first corner of the game in towards that 6-yard box. It came off a Boston head. Aderoju then did well to head it away and win a foul. Well, there's one of the advantages of Aderoju in the side. He did so well to get his head onto the ball and draw the foul.
Forest Green are a footballing side, but they've got good height as well. It's a dangerous combination sometimes, and after good work on the deck with McAllister winning the corner, they were a real threat from that delivery. I think it's the captain, Moore Taylor, that's asking for attention here after that clash in the Boston 6-yard box. But no, they do just have to be careful, and they can't be forward and thinking set pieces aren't going to be an issue today. Forest Green just as capable in the air as they are on their pristine new lawn pitch, and it is a new lawn indeed. Of course, the game today should have been at the Jakemans. It was reversed due to ongoing pitch works here. Forest Green spent most of August on the road, and they're now going to enjoy a winter period largely in Gloucestershire, which has been helped with an FA Trophy draw that sees them host Chorley as well.
Forest Green winning 4-0 back at the Jakemans back in August, and a very one-sided performance that was, as the captain still receiving some treatment here. So if we just go through the National League scores from earlier: Fylde 2, Eastleigh 2, Aldershot 3, Halifax 4, Altrincham 1, Sutton 0, Barnet 4, Ebbsfleet 1, Dagenham 1, Rochdale 0, Gateshead 4, Woking 0, Maidenhead 1, Solihull 1, Oldham 3, Wealdstone 2, Wealdstone 2-0 up in that game, Southend 0, Hartlepool 0, Tamworth 1, York 1, Yeovil 3, Braintree 1, and here it's still 0-0 between Forest Green and Boston, as the captain Jordan Moore Taylor is okay. He's got to come off for 30 seconds though, and Boston will take the goal kick, and Stone goes short to Green, who chooses to go long towards Adsed. Headed away. Richards trying to win it in midfield, as does Hill. Boston do win it back. Rowe down that right hand side where Aderoju has already had a busy start. Back to Hill. Hill's ball down the line goes out for a throw in, and it looks like Moore Taylor is he going to be allowed back on?
Not sure. He's having a bit of a debate. I think he's trying to negotiate his way back on here. Forest Green, as you can quite understand, taking their time over the throw in. The referee's had a look over his shoulder and he's waved him on.
Well, he was certainly off for more than 30 seconds there. I say he was having a bit of a conversation with Steve Cottrell, the very experienced manager here at Forest Green. They are 5 points off top with 2 games in hand if you include this one. Barnet and York both winning today at the top end of the table. But back underway, and a foul by Tom Leake sees Forest Green win a free kick about halfway, or maybe just under halfway inside the Boston half.
The league's meanest defence, Forest Green as well. Helped, of course, having played a couple of games less than most, but they've conceded just 17 in 20 matches. That's the task ahead of United this evening.
Only Man United under 21s have won here this season in the National League Cup. And Forest Green have it with their defence, and it's with Jordan Moore Taylor, who's absolutely fine, out to Robson in the left back position, brings that ball into Charlie McCann. Boston looking to try and force the errors high up the pitch, and now it's with Sean Long in the right back position, happy to pass the ball around Forest Green here at the new lawn. And Boston United having some damage at the back. Jordan Moore Taylor plays the long ball forward. There's a chance here now down the wing, but no, Jamie Robson couldn't get there. It goes out for a goal kick. But Forest Green, one of those that are keen to get the ball forward as quick as they can, and doing it quite effectively so far.
Yeah, the pitch was too good for them there, wasn't it? Just ran out of play. It might have held up at Braintree last week, but no, they're looking to that width. The game is set up with both sides playing a 2 and a 3 in midfield to be a game that's won and lost in midfield. But with Forest Green trying to spread it as much as possible, you do feel that their best chance is width. Christian Doidge is a good target centrally. If McAllister and Knowles can get foot on ball and deliver as McAllister's attempted twice already.
Staying with the kick, Aderoju does really want to get up there. Headed away by Innis. Boston looking to try and pick this ball up. Hadsed will try and get on the end of it. It's cleared away by Robson and took an awkward bounce, but Tom Leake will deal with that ball and plays it out to Hadsed. Hill. The ball just won't drop. He's headed that 3 times, Dylan Hill, before he managed to bring it down. But he's been very well crowded there, Hill, before playing the ball forward and winning Boston a throw-in.
Very intelligent play from Dylan Hill there. Kept hold of it, looked to release it, and was always looking for a touch there. That ball wasn't going anywhere, but the Forest Green man wasn't to know that. He knocked it out of play, and Boston have got a throw down that attacking right again. With the exception of that one good piece of Maguire work, it has all been that right-hand side, which is the far side for us here at Forest Green, that Boston have looked to make inroads. But it's good to see Hill is playing particularly advanced. I did wonder if he'd be floating back and it would become a little bit lopsided, but it is very much a 3 supporting Aderoju.
Back underway, and the ball ended up back with Stone up towards Aderoju. Couldn't win that ball, but Reid will need to encourage you to come forward here down the left-hand side. Tried to get it back to Green, and then Green does well to intercept a clearance there from McAllister. Can he get the ball into the penalty area, Cameron Green? He can towards that back post, but it's overhit and out for a goal kick, and probably Boston's most promising attack so far.
Yeah, we just mentioned the opportunity to cross for Deutsch. Well, you can say the same for Aderoju. I mean, the equaliser at Gainsborough was an excellent header. We know he's capable, and Green just wasn't able to get that in any sort of area for him there. But Boston spreading the play themselves as well.
Aderoju, 3 goals to his name so far this campaign, and again it's Forest Green at the back with Jordan Moore Taylor, and they've got it again, and it's the skipper, and just looking to pick the right pass really. Boston will be happy for the centre halves to have the ball. Innes is the other one that has it in towards Long, looking to go past Maguire. Long, he's done well, and Maguire did leave a foot in there. It's a free kick, and then the referee just wants a word with Maguire. No, he doesn't. Thought he called him over and then changed his mind, and we're back underway with Forest Green. 17 minutes gone, and it's still goalless. It's been a bright start from Boston, but Forest Green have looked the livelier in terms of attack. Innes plays it into Adam May, and now Sean Long. Had a decent spell at Lincoln City when they were non-league. Across to Moore Taylor, the skipper, and he goes across to Jamie Robson. And he goes back, and it's possession play, but it's an area of the pitch Boston won't mind Forest Green having it, although that pass out to McAllister on the right hand side looks a little bit more threatening. McAllister to create, and now it's with May on the edge of the area. The fans were screaming for him to shoot, but the player chose not to. And now Forest Green have it over on the left hand side, but Boston and Adsad have won that ball back, and it's a ball down the line towards Aderoju to see what he can do, but it's easily won back by Forest Green, and they'll start again as momentum is starting to build here for the home side on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. 0-0. Long and McAllister down the right hand side now for the home side, and sure, Long's got a lot of space here if it can keep this ball in on the edge of the penalty. It's Long's ball chipped in towards the back post, charged down by Teal. The ball goes over the stand, and Forest Green have a corner.
It was Cameron Green that left all the space in behind, forcing Teal to come across and cover for him there. Again, the attacking right particularly fruitful for Forest Green. In the first phase of that attack as well, Long had made an excellent run, pinning Maguire back into that left back position, and then he just floated inside, which gave McAllister that space. Really intelligent wing back play from Long, and then Green that time just stepped up and left the space in behind.
Forest Green, they've got McAllister and McCann out on the over by the corner. I think McAllister is just going to whip this ball in, and he does towards that 6-yard box. It was Jordan Richards who got a really good head onto it, and now Dan Adsad will look to clear and can't. Concedes another corner.
He trapped it well, but he trapped it very clearly behind the line. He might have got away with that if he just hooked it, but fairly obvious when you stop the ball for a second for the assistant referee to have a look there, and it's a bit of a committee for Forest Green this time. 3 of them interested in taking the corner.
It's May and McAllister over there now. McCann hasn't come away, so it's going to be an outswinger this time. The others have all been in-swingers. This time Adam May, the midfielder, is going to take it. It's gathered in by Stone, who's looking for options.
It's Green that's up there.
Yeah, it certainly is, but maybe taking away a bit of the momentum is not a bad idea from the Boston United goalkeeper. All in light blue tonight here at the New Lawn, where it is still goalless in this National League encounter with Boston United. Stone goes long towards Aderoju can't win that, and Forest Green win it back. Rowe's going to let that ball go out for a throw in if he can. In the end, he's fouled instead, J. Rowe, and has a free kick right in front of the Boston United fans.
He got a nasty shove there. He did well to keep himself off the advertising boards. There's not too much space by the looks of it on that far side, and a little bit unnecessary. This referee, one that usually likes to get his cards out, 31 bookings in his last 6 games, but not interested when Maguire tripped the man on this side of the pitch, and not interested in the push on Rowe there.
J. Rowe ran the captain's armband for the second game in a row. We've had 20 minutes gone here. On Lincoln City drawing 2-2 at Huddersfield in our earlier game here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Here Boston are 0-0 as Stone takes the kick towards Aderoju, goes over his head and headed away. Riedel looks to bring this down in midfield, but is adjudged to foul McAllister, and that's a free kick to Forest Green.
Yeah, fairly easy that one, right under the referee's nose, a clear shove in the back. Steve Cottrell not happy.
He's not just going to say that. He's not happy about something, is he? I mean,
he didn't back into him and force him to fall over. He just nudged him a little bit. It wasn't malicious or anything.
Certainly two characters of the game in the dugouts today. Great, Forest Green the ball forward towards Deutsch. Now he brings it down in the area. Christian Deutsch, great save by Stone. Deutsch probably should have scored, but Stone did really well. They're coming forward again now. Forest Green, another cross in that Stone will gather, and he's surely fouled, yes. But a big save from Aidan Stone. He made 1 or 2 last week against Southchurch, and there's another one. Deutsch bringing it down, firing it towards goal. Stone did well.
Another withdrawal. Bunker this time. He pulled back into midfield from the forward line, drew the centre halves with him, and it was Deutsch that sprung in behind. So Forest Green moving the Pilgrims around again there. I think Stone's just trying to kill a little bit of momentum here.
Well, I think Graham Coughlin's asking, you know, he's not happy about something, the Boston United manager. And calling Cameron Green over, but Aidan Stone, I mean, it's a huge shot. I thought he was going to score. You know, he's that kind of player, isn't he? You'd think he's going to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, really clever. I was going to say finish. It was a clever finish. Had it gone in, shot low with Stone sort of sprawling, but he managed to collapse on the ball, and yeah, a cracking save from close range.
Well, there's your first warning for Boston United, and it's probably why Graham Coughlin's got a couple of players out here. Also that one where Green was out of position and there's space down the right. Boston United manager keen to get the message through, and we've gone 22 minutes. It's still 0-0. There's the first maybe small target of the match to not concede early on. Boston United have certainly done that, and done that well, as they come over for a drink. Referee's ready to start again. Stone's okay, by the way, and we'll take this free kick.
Not really drinks break weather, is it, here in Gloucestershire this evening? But that's what we're having.
I fancy a cold drink, but
Boston fans twiddling what looks to be amber and black Santa hats. I've not seen those before, but they're all being turned in the air.
I would love one of them. I think they look ace, and they're certainly making some noise. They're vastly outnumbered here, as you'd expect, but you can hear them, and we're the opposite side of the pitch.
Certainly can, and as I said, no roof, which doesn't help atmosphere either, but they're making themselves heard. A lot of the play's been across that side. I'm sure the supporters are more than aware, the players are more than aware of the backing they're getting this evening.
Stone with the ball forward, Aderoju went for it, clatters into the centre half, and Forest Green wants a booking here, and he did misjudge his jump. It's a foul. Referee not interested in a booking.
Well, what did we see about a minute ago? A similarly late challenge on Stone for a header, and there wasn't a booking produced there. If it gets silly, you've got to lay the law down, but you can't book for those.
I think the dugouts are quite interesting to watch. Steve Cottrell very animated. Graham Coughlin's got his eye on what's going on. Certainly, we've got a really good view here at the New Lawn of the dugout. Graham Coughlin, if we shout, he could hear us. Not the closest we've been, that's still Alfreton.
It's difficult to be too far away at Alfreton though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But it is still goalless here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, and it's Forest Green coming forward. It's another long ball forward, looking for a run on the left-hand side. Ball into the penalty. Here's a chance for 1-0. Great save by Stone. It cleared away by Green. It was Harvey Bunker with the effort, and Stone can't have seen that until the very last second, and does well to get a hand onto it.
I think that got a touch on the way through. Stone excellent there. It was Leake closing the man down. I think he got a nibble on it, and Stone had to adjust, had to react, and he did well. Green thought about trying to take the ball down, but he's decided no, it's off to the car park, and a corner's worth giving away.
He had a player with him, Green. If he'd taken a touch, he could have been dispossessed. It was, if in doubt, kick it out, and it's another corner Forest Green. And Boston, have they seen the short one here?
Everybody back again.
Everybody back. Corner kick played in, it's headed away well by Adsed, and Boston United maybe attacking now with Green in the right back position. Plays the ball forward towards Aderoju. It's an overhit pass and Forest Green win it back, but they're just starting to put the pressure on here. That's 2 good chances they've had in the last 5 minutes. The home side. Boston United though, it's still goalless, and May has it in the midfield area. McCann now in the left back position under pressure from Dan Adsed. Remember, new signing Dan Adsed announced on Thursday, midfielder, last playing for Cheltenham, the 23-year-old. She's the 4th signing for Graham Coughlin. Ball forward, Leake does really well to win that. He's won a lot of good headers so far, Tom Leake, and then Teal clears away towards Aderoju. It's headed away by Innis. Teal does well to head that one away after an awkward bounce, and Boston picking up in midfield now with Reid up against May, and Reid's gone past him. However, he's going sideways. Now he's managed to turn his body and go forward. Here's Sam Reid. It's a good run out to Maguire now on the left-hand side. Maguire takes a touch, gets it onto his right foot, now onto his left, gets the cross into the penalty area towards that near post. It's gathered in by Jed Ward.
That's the problem. We've only got one forward up there. They can't do the near post and the far. Aderoju had gone far post that time, and the ball came near. Nice and easy for Jed Ward.
Jed Ward, that's such a clever goal kick. The Boston United were nearly caught out on the far side then. Tom Leake's done so well to win that back, because it's looked for a second there like Tom Knowles was in, and Leake's done well. What a goal kick that was.
That was a very rare skill of being able to stop the ball just before it got to the touchline from Ward. He played it with exactly the right pace, not to find a run, not to pick out a pass, but to not let the ball run out of play, and with a vacant area to march into, that pace that Forest Green have got wide, Tom Leake definitely had to intervene there, because Boston were in trouble.
He missed it.
Just chopped it.
Yeah, he didn't mean it. He was aiming at us. Anyway, Boston have won the ball back. Jordan Richards gets the ball forward to Aderoju, and Graham Coughlin, a frustrated figure in front of us there as the ball given away. I imagine he'd feels cheaply again from Boston United, who obviously are not having most of the possession, so when they get it they need to do something with it, and Reid now has it for United. Back to Maguire, who holds off pressure before going back to Green. Green will just go long with this towards Aderoju, but Innis wins it, and McAllister now brings it down for the home side, and it's fouled by Frankie Maguire. Forest Green start again, sorry.
A little bit harsh on Maguire again there. He's not getting the rub of the green down here.
Boston United then were 28 minutes played, and it's the home side that have the ball, but Jordan Richards looks to try and win that back and does well to win it back. Now Aderoju, if he gets this ball right, there's space for Adsed on the right hand side. He's struggling to control this one, the new man, but does well. However, he is forced back, gives the ball to Green. Plenty of men around him. Boston might just enjoy a little bit of possession. Leake out to the right hand side now where Jay Rowe is. Dylan Hill then plays the ball forward, but there's no one there. It'll go through to Jed Ward. We've a view of every facial expression of Graham Coughlin, haven't we? Every time he turns around.
Yeah, I'd agree with him there. I'm not sure what Hill was thinking. Hill threw his arms in the air as though someone hadn't made a run that he was anticipating, but there wasn't a red shirt within 20 yards of that.
When you've only got one striker, you've got to pick and choose your movements, haven't you? Whereas two, maybe there would have been a run. But anyway, he's back with Aidan Stone. 2 good saves from him so far. Aderoju won't win it, and now Adam May picks it up for Forest Green. It's that long ball again, finding McAllister. This time he's offside. The home side not happy with that one.
That was the most threatening breakthrough of the lot. He was in for a shot on goal that time.
Clearly offside.
Boston judged it perfectly, didn't they? Yeah. Absolutely spot on. Just suckered him in and then advanced, and the linesman Johnny on the spot with his flag there. I have to say, Reid in midfield is providing a link between that back line, and particularly Maguire excellently, as the linesman makes his way back up the touchline here, and he gets a bit of a chorus on his way. A Mexican wave of boos, if you like.
A Mexican wave of boos. There's a new phrase for you here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Aidan Stone takes the kick towards Aderoju. It's headed away. Reid looks to try and pick it up in midfield, but Forest Green outnumber him this time, and it's with McAllister. Now back to Sean Long. His ball down the line. Teal has to come across. Does well there, Teal. Green can't keep it in. It's a throw in to Forest Green. Right in front of us here, just inside the Boston United half. And Sean Long, the former Lincoln City player, will come up to take it.
Tozer on the bench, of course. So Forest Green haven't yet got the opportunity to attempt a long throw, and that would have been a position where Tozer could have reached the box, but they've got to go backwards, and if Boston do find themselves defending a position late on in the game, it'll be another weapon.
They've struggled with long throws this season, Boston.
They have at times, and I know Coughlin spoke about set pieces, and they do effectively become another set piece, don't they?
And McAllister now for the home side in towards Deutsch. Holds it up well, gives it back to McAllister, now charging towards the penalty area up against screen. McAllister goes past him, drills the ball across. Boston United got a foot on it, and then there's a shot driven in, and it's tipped over by Stone. It was Harvey Bunker with the effort. I don't know if it's going in or not, but Stone had to be sure. The first clearance, I couldn't tell you who it was. 2 or 3 Boston players went for it, but the threat, Christian, is certainly Kyle McAllister down this right hand side.
Absolutely, and that's where that move came from again. Absolutely fantastic. He's got the beating of Green every time, it seems, with the exception of that one offside call. Adam May was lining up to shoot there from the edge of the box, had it taken off his toes, and I think it was going to be crossbar lottery. Whether it was bouncing in, bouncing out, I'm not sure, but I'm pleased Stone made sure.
Safe option, another corner to the home side, still goalless. Forest Green, it's a ball towards that back post, then played across the 6-yard box, shot him in. What a block that was! It was Pemi Aderoju flinging himself at the ball. Fans claiming for handball, but nothing given. He's Innes now on the right hand side, back to McAllister. Clever ball back to Innes. He's got Long making the run down the right, but that might be overhit, is it? No, he's kept it in. It's towards that back post. Deutsch heads it down, and that'll trickle out for a goal kick. Well, I didn't see who got the shot in Forest Green, but Pemi Aderoju has flung himself at that, and it's a goal-saving block from the Boston United striker.
It's good work, but it's becoming increasingly frantic back there, isn't it? You do feel that Boston are going to have a long, long way just to get to half-time. 13 and a half minutes to go. They don't want to be giving away too many more opportunities like that. And then Deutsch got his head on it. I was a little bit concerned. Teal was watching that trickle into the corner, but harmlessly wide, a trick of the angle, and Boston can reset again. They're certainly under the cosh. You wouldn't begrudge Forest Green an opening goal here on the balance of things, but Boston doing well and doing what's required of them. That time it's Aderoju, the lone forward, all the way back there dealing with things.
Well, he's done really well defending corners so far, Aderoju. There's been a couple now that he's been the man to either get the header away or the block, but it's 32 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Still goalless here. We'll have more reaction to Lincoln City's 2-2 draw at Huddersfield at half-time and full-time of this game. But as well as reaction to this game at the end of it, Boston United, it's Forest Green and Rochdale away, back-to-back away Saturdays for the Pilgrims. Doesn't get much tougher. So far they're in the game, and that's the key thing. Forest Green have certainly got quality, and they're coming forward again now with Long. McAllister looking to take on Green. Green this time stops him and concedes the throw in.
Green did well, unfortunate to end up conceding the throw, and his touch just got away from him.
That was doing good though, wasn't it? The fact he's actually beaten him there.
Yeah, get one over on his man. It is very 1-against-1. It is a proper matchup, winger and full-back down there. Long's largely leaving his colleague McAllister to it, and Green's not getting too much immediate support. Frankie Maguire preoccupied with the advancing full-back, so it is Green against McAllister, and Green does need to try and get a bit more of a foothold in that battle if he can. McAllister
has it again, but it ricocheted off him.
Yeah, it's the right decision.
He goes out for a Boston throw-in, and Cameron Green not in a hurry to take this in the left-back position.
No, I wouldn't be either. He's been busy down there, as we say, and United have just seen out another promising position.
Green with the throw, Aderoju's the target, flicks it on, and then so does Maguire in towards Adsen, but it's won back well by Adam May. Forest Green will start again. Jamie Robson has it, and so the back four have seen a lot of the ball, and that'll be part of Boston's tactic. Jamie Yates, who was in commentary myself last week, said, Boston would have to try and approach it similar to what Alvechurch did at Boston last week, where the Boston centre-halves had a lot of the ball. There's a ball forward, which should be dealt with by Teal. He did well to get his head onto that in the end, actually. Reed trying to bring this down. McAllister pressuring Hale, who does well to get there first and just boost the ball upfield.
Fans like to see that, don't they? A robust challenge in. Round of applause from the United fans.
You're going to get that from Dylan Hill.
Always. He's that sort of character, isn't he? Always there, mopping things up, getting the foot in. Him and Leake are particularly good at it.
Forest Green have it again. We've only got just over 10 minutes to half time. Boston would love to get into the break goalless.
It's progressing nicely, isn't it? It's not a dull 0-0 for sure.
It's been entertaining, definitely been entertaining. And Forest Green are coming forward again now. Robson in towards Deutsch, up against Teal. Knowles now, down the other side. Knowles is the ball in, that's very well dealt with, again by Tom Leake, who's having a very good game. It's another corner to Forest Green Rovers.
There are two at the back post there, and it was a low cross trying to find them. Both Long and McAllister had made their way into the box, but Leake cutting it out on the defensive right side of things. Another corner, and Boston have had to produce a couple of last-ditch blocks to deny an attempt on goal from these. Stone is being crowded out by Bunker as they pack this 6-yard box with the in-swinging corner from the attacking left.
Boston United, everybody back to deal with this corner. It's Aderoju again with the header away. He's been fantastic at defending these corners.
It justifies having everyone back, doesn't it? I'd like to see, not Aderoju, someone with not quite so much height, maybe offering
Maguire,
an option
maybe.
up top. Yeah, Maguire.
Maguire's a good shout. To throw into me now, I think he's going long, Tom Knowles. Over on this right hand side, no, fold us all. Throw it back to McAllister. Boston had set for the long one. Be a ball forward from Robson towards the left back position, headed towards goal, and then it's put in. And it's 1-0 to Forest Green Rovers.
I think it was Bunker.
Bunker coming in at the back post. Boston couldn't deal with the first one. It ended up being a tap-in. 36 gone, Forest Green 1, Boston 0.
The first contact in the box was crucial there. Christian Deutsch heading the ball back across goal, seemingly under little challenge, nothing that made any impact on him anyway. And it is a tap-in for Bunker at what became the far post. Christian Deutsch, we know he's an aerial threat there, and he wasn't really under any challenge nodding that back across goal. Intelligent forward play. Boston have let him go there, unfortunately, and they've been made to pay.
Well, it's been coming. Last 10 minutes or so. Stone with a couple of good saves. They've had quite a few corners. But it's still disappointing when it happens from a Boston United point of view.
You want it to be a moment of quality, don't you? But it was good forward play, but that looked preventable to me. Watch it back, and he may well have positioned himself exceptionally well, but it was a relatively free header in the box.
And then he's unmarked at the back post anyway, the second one, sorry.
Yeah.
It's a tap-in, isn't it?
There's no cover whatsoever.
Graham Coughlin went mad at somebody when that goal went in. He was proper screaming at them, and the frustrations are there. You put in all the work, and Boston have put in a lot of work in this match so far, but they're trailing by a goal to 0 to Forest Green, who are one of the best sides in this division. Boston, who started the game really brightly the first 10-15 minutes, and as the Boston fans still continue to make some noise over on the far side, what have they got in this game? I think now it's key to stay at 1-0 for half time, isn't it? Yeah,
you want to be a goal away, don't you? You know, even if you get to 20 minutes left, you're 1-0 down. You've got options on the bench, forward options.
It's a lovely touch from McAllister to take him away from Green on this right hand side. Green has done well to catch up, so McAllister goes past him again. Bunker gives it to Long on the right hand side. Richards holding him up well. In the end, it's forced back to the centre half, Innis, and they'll start again. Maguire now looking to charge that down, and Boston are 2-on-2 here. Maguire still going, he's got Aderoju with him. Maguire trying to make himself some space. Now he's fouled, and surely that's a yellow card, and it is for the, I'm trying to see who it is.
I think that's May.
Oh, is it?
Might be May advancing back, the 19.
I thought it was the centre half. I think you're right. But Maguire there, and that's one of them if you're a Forest Green. It's a good foul to give away, because Maguire was shaping up to shoot there.
He was. He had Aderoju for support, but it was 2-on-2, and United did seem to be heading down a dead end, so he felt some contact, a little bit clumsy from a midfielder covering at the back there, and Maguire's done well. He's fashioned an opportunity for Boston.
How many yards are we saying? 30?
I'd say so. Green's lining this up for a shot with the left foot. It is just, as Green is looking, it's just left of centre. I'd say 30-ish yards from goal.
Maybe a little bit more. Maguire's also over it with the right foot. Green runs over the ball. Maguire then goes out to Green on the left-hand side. Back to Maguire. Boston need to get this ball in the box. They don't want to be wasting this. Green. And now Reid, and they've worked this to Maguire, who gets drills it across the penalty area, and it took it didn't take anything, sorry, it took a kind of swerve from the wind and went away from goal. And that's Boston's best opening 40 minutes played.
I think he slipped as he hit it. He was definitely looking for this near post. Absolutely, it was a shot. Yeah, I think he was looking for this near post. It's whistled out the far side instead. Maguire busy. It is that pace that just gives you the outlet, and Boston a good opportunity to get the ball in the box, and in the end it's a fairly tame shot that's come of it from the edge of the box.
Oh, Boston looking to press on the defenders now, but Aderoju's, as we said, he's at times looked nice. He's worked very, very hard, Pemi Aderoju, in this first half. Forest Green now with Knowles down there, left hand side. Boston deal with this through J Rowe, and he'll clear towards Aderoju, gets the flick on, but again there's no one there. Pemi Aderoju, the Boston fans felt he was foul, and Bunker goes across to Long, plays that ball in towards McAllister. He's been the man at the moment. Long, McAllister, it's this right hand side again, although McAllister comes inside to May. Boston's got everybody inside their own half at the moment. The ball out towards Long on this right hand side. He's the furthest man forward for now. McAllister again looks to play that ball through towards Long. Green got the first ball, but Forest Green have won it back really well, and McCann's waiting for the run of McAllister, and here he is on that right hand side into the area, plays it in. Boston just about get rid of it. Can they complete the clear with Adser? They should do, over in the right back position, but he's given the ball away. Jamie Robson wins it back. Can he get another ball into the penalty area? Robson's still going. Forest Green leading 1-0, looking to try and grab that second. It'd be crucial second, you feel, before half time. But Boston have forced them back, and here is Adam May. And now it's with Innis.
So back six for Boston all of a sudden, a 6-4.
Looking to see this half out. Forest Green looking to press for a second. Harvey Moore goes out, Moore Taylor I should say. Don't know where Harvey Moore came from.
McAllister's free on this side again, if they can switch it.
Yeah, that's what they'll be trying to do if they can see him. But ball down the line now, and it's with the number 17, Jamie Robson. It's his cross into the area. Green needs to deal with this. He does, but it's come out to May. And now Long on the right-hand side. McAllister has it again. He's been by far the best player on the pitch. Long, it's a high cross which Stone will gather for Boston United. And in the end, it ended up being quite tame from the home side.
Yeah, nowhere near Deutsch this time. Scored 2 and assisted 1 at the JCS earlier in the season. The assist again today. There's 4 men on this pitch that have had 4 goal involvements in Boston United fixtures this season, and he's one of them.
But Boston United coming forward now. Reid, it's a heavy touch in the midfield. It's a shame because he was bursting forward there and he just overran it. And now Boston have got some defending to do again. It's with the number 7, Kyle McAllister. Maguire trying to help Green out. Plays that ball down the line, but it's overhit. And it couldn't be kept in by Bunker. Boston will have a goal kick. And we've got 2.5 minutes to go to half-time, where we'll be going back to the BBC Radio Lincolnshire studio to have more reaction to the Lincoln City 2-2 draw at Huddersfield today. Lincoln 2-0 up, being pegged back by Huddersfield. It was a brilliant game of football. Sees the Imps pick up a very good point. Other local scores: Gainsborough Trinity won a 5th league game in a row away at Lancaster 2-1. Stamford lost an important playoff match at home to Stratford 2-0. Spalding last minute winner at Alvechurch winning 1-0. Grantham Town losing 5-0 at home to Worcester. Now there's a free kick on halfway here. I don't know if the referee's going into his pocket there. I don't think he is.
It was Aderoju fouling again, and you can maybe make a case for persistent fouling, but I thought Tom Knowles just dangled a little leg out at him there. Aderoju was nowhere near, but very strange movement. Lucky probably that Pemi wasn't any closer to him, else the referee might have had a decision to make.
Forest Green leading 1-0. Innis, the centre half, has the ball. The goal scorer Bunker then plays the ball in towards McAllister. Long making that overlapping run, but it's again Boston forcing them back. Boston have certainly given everything in this match. It's the story of the campaign. Every player hasn't stopped. The goal will disappoint the manager. The overall performance, I'm sure he'll be pleased with many aspects of it. As May has it and goes back to Innis. Forest Green unbeaten in 5 coming into this game. Unbeaten here as well, as the press box stand lights come on.
They've all come on, the whole ground. They're ready for half time, clearly.
Nice of them. Still got another minute plus stoppages to go. If you can hear a shout in the background, it's the Boston manager Graham Coughlin will be desperate to get to half-time at 1-0. And so now with Jed Ward, the goalkeeper, hasn't had a save to make. It's a long ball forward from the home side. Leak does well to head away. Hill picks up and then hooks it over his head. Before Adson, now it's got a bit of space down the right-hand side here. Looking for Aderoju, who's well intercepted. Boston have a throw-in on the halfway line.
I'd said did well to keep that in and then just wasn't able to spot an option as Hill's given possession away.
Forest Green over back. Hill ends up fouling. It'll give Forest Green the chance to pump this ball forward into the box. About halfway through the half.
More intelligent play from Christian Deutsch there. Got his foot in and then
3 minutes.
Drew the foul.
3 minutes will be added on here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. 3 minutes for Boston just to go in one down, which is still in the game. That's the key.
They are against the league's meanest defence, but it only takes a moment of brilliance, an error, a good bit of play.
Certainly what Forest Green have got in them. Plenty of good bits of play. We've seen plenty of it. It's Long finds McAllister, looks for the back heel. Green read that and tried to kick against Long but missed, and it'll be a throw-in taken by Long.
More possession down this attacking right.
That's where their threat's been, hasn't it? Certainly has. It's another ball looking for McAllister. Green read that one and heads away. Richards heads it out towards the left-hand side where Maguire is, and then Reid has done really well to win this back for Boston United, and he never needs any encouragement to come forward. Sam Reid, this is a brilliant run down the left-hand side, looks to get the ball in, and right before half-time, Boston United have got a corner.
That was excellent play. Sean Long snapping at his heels there.
Could have gone down.
Could easily gone down, drawn a booking, but instead he's delivered for only really Aderoju in the box, but it's been headed behind and Boston do have a late corner.
The referee did see that foul. He did wave play on, an advantage, sorry. And, well, can you imagine? Boston grab a goal here. We've got 90 seconds to go to half-time. Boston trailing 1-0. Maguire will take this corner. It's their first corner of this match. Referee pushing all the movement in the box, goes short to Reid, back to Maguire, can't get the cross in, and it's charged down and Boston have a throw-in.
Bit of a waste there. Boston looking to fashion a crossing position from the attacking left. They could have had it straight from the corner, but they've now got to work something.
Maguire has it, looks for Reid. It's a decent ball in, but it's gathered in by the goalkeeper, Jed Ward.
Bread and butter for Ward, England under-20 international, on loan from Bristol Rovers, always going to deal with those.
He's in no hurry to take this kick either, and not quite as good as his last kick. It's high and Deutsch still manages to win an unmarked jump, followed by Richards towards Aderoju. Ball comes off the Forest Green defender and then it's headed back into play by Graham Coughlin.
Good technique.
The fact that he did it with his arms folded as well, that's certainly a talent. As Green throws the ball down towards Aderoju, Forest Green win it back, but it's a slice clearance which Hill will try and win, and now Maguire will try and pick this up. Maguire on the edge of the penalty area, can he make space for the shot? Plays it across to Jay Rowe in the area on the right hand side. Rowe just miscontrolled it and he's forced back, and then his pass back was overhit. Couple of little half openings for Boston at the end of the half there, but there goes the whistle after 3 minutes of stoppage time. Forest Green leading through Harvey Bunker's tapping in the 37th minute. Aidan Stone, a couple of outstanding saves to keep Boston in it, but overall, Christian, we've said it 2 or 3 times in commentary, Boston still in the game, and that'll be something that'll please the manager.
Absolutely, the scoreline reflects the play. Forest Green have been the better side, but Boston are in the hunt. It would be a huge point. They've seen the results elsewhere today that have largely gone their way after a couple of early scares, and this would be a massive opportunity to claim a point or 3 that nobody would expect and lay down a bit of a marker. They did it at York, they couldn't back it up. They did it at Sutton, they couldn't back it up. Can Boston do something here? They're still in the fight.
And that last probably 2 minutes or so, just a couple of half openings that the chances could be there, but Boston have to push on a bit more.
They are, and Reed's been Boston's best player defensively and trying to create openings. Maguire's been busy again. I'm sure if the game is still poised at 1-0 with 20 or so minutes left, Aderoju will be joined likely by Hazel. At the minute he's cutting a slightly isolated figure, having to come back to deal with a lot of set pieces as well. But Maguire's the threat, Reed's supporting him well. It is the Boston left that looks like the route forward. And as we say, they're still in the game.
And the message from the manager at half-time, do you feel it will be, I mean, I think they've got to tighten up on McAllister on this right-hand side, but do you think it'll be more, the same as for the next, 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, I think you'd say get halfway through the half, get to sort of towards the 70th minute mark, you're still in the game, you've still got a chance, and if Boston can get one, who knows that they could even go on and get another, but the threat is McAllister. He will create if he carries on as doing this first half. There will be more chances for him. Deutsch is a fantastic target. They've got Cardwell on the bench. They've got Sercombe on the bench. So there's plenty of threat to come, but it's McAllister that needs tying down on this left-hand side for Boston.
Well, there we are. That was Christian James's opinions. We'll be back for the second half, but at half-time here, it's Forest Green 1, Boston United 0. Let's go back to the BBC Radio Lincolnshire studio and Callum.
Thank you, Dale. Just a quick question if you're still with us. It is a free hit, isn't it? We have to put this in context. No one expects Boston to get a point from this. This isn't the battle that the Pilgrims are fighting, is it?
Their survival or relegation it won't come down to games at Forest Green or Rochdale next week, but if they're in a game, they need to be trying to get points wherever they can, really, and the fact it's still only 1-0, the fact that Boston, if they push on, have looked likely to, they could open up this Forest Green defence, but the goal will disappoint. I think that's the frustration here at half-time. In a game where Boston United have set up differently, they've done it really well, really effectively, you're going to need your goalkeeper to make some saves. That's what he's done. Free hit, I don't think the manager would certainly see it as that. I get what you're saying, Callum, and I think for many, there's going to be no complaints if Boston play well and lose this game narrowly, and that's currently what's happening at the moment. But if they could just like Christian said, if they could just snatch a point, what a morale boost that would be.
Yeah, it would certainly be a huge one. Thank you, Dale. We'll be back with commentary in just a few moments or so. I'll take you through the Premier League scores from earlier. It finished Arsenal 0, Everton 0, Liverpool 2, Fulham 2. Liverpool played the majority of that match with 10 men after Andy Robertson's red card. Newcastle 4, Leicester City 0. Not a great result for Ruud van Nistelrooy. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Ipswich 2, a 94th minute winner, and a few interesting scenes, safe to say, at the full-time whistle. In the late kick-off, it's currently Nottingham Forest 0, Aston Villa 0. Into League One, I'll take you through the League One scores. Lincoln City's league. We'll hear Mark Hone's take on a point for the Imps as they drew 2-2 against Huddersfield Town. Bolton Wanderers 0, Wigan 2, Leyton Orient 0, Burton 0, Birmingham City 2, Bristol Rovers 0, Charlton Athletic 0, Mansfield Town 0, Exeter City 1, Barnsley 2, Peterborough United 4, Crawley Town 3. Never a dull game when Peterborough United are in town. Reading 0, Blackpool 3, Rotherham United 3. Don't hear that very often. Northampton Town 0, Shrewsbury 1, Wycombe Wanderers 4, Stevenage 2, Stockport County 1, and Wrexham 2, Cambridge United 2. I'll take you through the National League scores earlier on for Boston United fans. Aldershot Town 3, Halifax 4, Altrincham 1, Sutton United 0, Barnet 4, Ebbsfleet United 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Rochdale 0, a 79th minute winner there. Fylde 2, Eastleigh 2, late drama in that game as well. Gateshead 4, Woking 0, Maidenhead United 1, Solihull Moors 1, Oldham 3, Wilston 2, Southend United 0, Hartlepool 0, Tamworth 1, York City 1, Yeovil Town 3, Braintree 1, and Forest Green Rovers 1, Boston United 0, with second half commentary of that game to come.
Weekday mornings from 6.
I'm a happy, jolly person, but I don't like Christmas jumpers. They get on my nerves.
Scott Dalton at breakfast.
I've said out aloud what a lot of people fear to utter because of the backlash they'll get from the Christmas jumper mafia.
They're itchy. They don't look very nice, so what's the point?
I had one with bells on once and a Christmas jumper.
No, Jess has been in touch. I like wearing Christmas jumpers. Stop being a grump. Christmas jumpers humbug.
Scott Dalton at breakfast.
Weekday mornings from 6.
Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
I'm going to have a word with Scott. I've got a lovely Christmas jumper, right, and it's got an alcoholic beverage on the top of it. And I love it. It's a lovely design. The only issue is I've worn this Christmas jumper for the last couple of weeks, on and off. It's been in the wash. And the only issue is I've not actually drank this specific beverage, so I'm a bit of a fraud. Anyway, let's move on and get reaction to Lincoln City's point against Huddersfield Town, where they had found themselves 2-0 up in this game at half-time with 2 second-half goals from the Terriers. I mean, the points are shared. Lincoln City, no Christmas joy for them. They are without a win since Halloween, since the 29th of October, so since before Halloween. Callum, remember your dates. Let's hear from Mark Cohn there. There'll be more of this chat on Red Imps Club podcast, which will be up for you tonight. But let's hear what Mark Cohn had to say.
Yeah, first off, I thought we were excellent, outstanding. Probably one of the best away performances I've seen this season, in terms of just had control of the game. Huddersfield looked devoid of ideas, lack of energy from them, and that was because of our performance in that first half. Gone 2-0 up, coasting you would appear at half time, but I have to give credit to Huddersfield that they came back and put us under a lot of pressure and got their equaliser in the 89th minute, which is disappointing. I mean, I know Michael Scabalis picked up on the referee, but I just think they got lucky, Huddersfield, in terms of the equaliser. Huddersfield could have had a couple of penalties, could have gone either way. That Joven on Hillick and also then, the foul from Sean Rowan on Ben Wild. So look, I think a point was probably a fair result, but disappointing when you're 2-0 up first half, coasting, that you can't quite see the game out. And I think the goal within 5 minutes of the start of the second half really changed the whole dynamics of the ground.
Again, more of that chat on the Red Imps Club podcast, which will be up for you after the Boston United game in a few hours or so. Well, in a bit, anyway. I'm not entirely sure on the timings of that one. Let's build up then to tonight. Big fight. It's not tonight. It's in a couple of weeks. Sorry. Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. They are doing battle again after their win for Usyk a couple of months ago in Riyadh. Lennox Lewis has been having his say.
Lennox, first off, this is a huge occasion in boxing. For people who don't appreciate just how big it is, just explain what it means.
Yeah, it's like a Super Bowl. It's like the last match of the year. And it's the two greatest fighters in the world right now, boxing, and they're both undefeated. And they're boxing for my title, the man that held all the belts. And now they want to hold all the belts, but there can only be one champion. So we're gonna see who that is.
As you said, you were the last man to do it in 1999 when you beat Evander Holyfield.
Yes.
Let's explain for you as a boxer why it's important for people to know that during this era, I was the best man to do it. Why it's important for both men.
It's important because, for me, everybody's saying they're heavyweight champion, and there's like 3 different belts, so there's 3 different heavyweight champions. I was the one that, culminated them all together and brought them all together, so only one man has that belt, has all 3 belts. Now it's a chance for these guys to win all 3 belts, all the belts in one in this particular fight.
And you've been through this fight week, right? The thing that always strikes me is the week itself can defeat you because there's so much pressure.
Yes.
Just explain how important it is to manage yourself with all the demands on you ahead of such a big fight.
Yeah, good question. It's very important to manage yourself, focus on the fight, because reporters will ask you questions like, well, what's this mean in history? What do you think this means down the road? What's your legacy going to be? And then you'll be thinking about your legacy and forgetting your legacy won't be good unless you beat this guy. So you got to beat this guy first. So you should be thinking about the guy instead of your legacy. Think of legacy and the guy that they want you to fight afterwards. But the guy that you're going to fight now is the guy you're supposed to focus on.
What about Tyson Fury? From the videos we've seen, it's looking like he might well come in lighter for this fight. What does that tell you in terms of the strategy he plans to adopt?
Listen, Tyson Fury looked bad in the Ngannou fight, and I think he realized that himself. And what he did was really focused, and you can tell he focused because look at his body. He's shredded, he's muscular, he's looking quick, and that's the way we know Tyson Fury, and we know him at his best when he's lighter, focused, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, big game coming up in boxing there. Fury versus Usyk 2 over the festive period. Personally, I'm looking forward to the darts. That starts tomorrow. I am very much looking forward to that one. And of course, Scott Williams in action from Lincolnshire. We'll keep you updated with how he's getting on.
Weekend mornings from 10.
Sean Dunderdale.
Last Christmas. Do you remember the video? George Michael being a bit broody at the Christmas dinner table? Kathy, you played Georgie's ex-girlfriend. You'd broken his heart.
Yes, I know. How could I?
And Debbie, you were the current girlfriend.
I know. I was very calm, wasn't I? Drinking that wine, knowing that the ex-girlfriend was at the other end of the table.
You all got a bit tipsy, didn't you, as well? Because in the video you're seen drinking wine and it was real wine.
Yeah, one bit. I didn't actually drink it because I'd had too much.
Do you get sick of hearing it?
Never.
Love it. Karaoke
Love
special.
it.
Sean Dunderdale.
Tomorrow morning from 10.
Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
Yeah, Sean's back tomorrow, and I'll be with him, looking after him, taking care of Sean, making him a warm beverage or two because he needs looking after. Does our Sean? Let's head back over to Gloucestershire and speak to our summariser Christian James. Christian. It's one of those games, like I said to Dale, you're not expecting Boston to get anything from it, but a point would be huge, not just in terms of a point on the board, but in terms of the statement it could send.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get a point at Forest Green, you've got to believe you can get one anywhere. Boston are here, they're in the game. You may as well have a go, but as I know Dale said to you, you're not going to pin your hopes on Forest Green away to get you the points to get you out of safety, and yet they've worked hard. There's been one lapse. Can Boston now produce something to counter that and take what would be an excellent result away from Gloucestershire this evening?
I mean, it's one of them that you kind of have to look back and kind of take... There's been a few games like this season, but, this was a League One side not too long ago. Boston, we know the struggles they've had in the National League North. It's a good occasion just to take on Forest Green Rovers in a league game, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. You think back to the spring of 2023, Boston were fighting Blythe, Bradford Park Avenue for relegation. Forest Green beat Sheffield Wednesday here in League One. The clubs have come from different directions, but Coughlin was keen to emphasise in the week that they are now equals. They're here on an equal footing. Boston have earned their right to play National League football, and these are the challenges you're going to face. And they're second best, that's for sure, but they're still in the game.
And going into this second half, what do you expect of that formation? We know they've had troubles with 5 at the back before. It's not worked out in previous games. Do you think he'll stick with his system or twist?
I think Boston have got to look to advance this game as far as they can at 1-0. I think this left side is an issue. I would like to see perhaps Maguire come back a little further to try and deal with McAllister on this defensive left-hand side, because he is getting the better of Green. For me, if Boston are 1 goal away from a result with 20 minutes left, they're in the right position. Dale and I have just discussed off air, at what point do you look to introduce Hazel, and more importantly, who does he come on for? I don't know which gaps I would like to leave to bring another forward on at the minute. As I say, you've got 25 minutes to get yourself in a position, and then Boston will have to make the changes if they're still 1-0 down.
Well, let's wait and see. Commentary of the second half to come with Dale Story and Christian James.
Welcome back to the new lawn home of Forest Green for this National League encounter with Boston United. The Pilgrims trailing 1-0 at half-time. That Harvey Bunker goal, the difference between the two teams. Don't think there's been any changes at half-time, so we'll go through that Boston team that made 2 changes from the side that beat Al Church, with Jacob Hazel, Tony Weston replaced by Cameron Green and new signing Dan Adsed. So the team in full has been Aidan Stone in goal, then a back 4 of Jay Rowe, Tom Lee, Connor Till and Cameron Green. 2 holding midfielders in Sam Reid and Jordan Richards, and then 3 further up the pitch in Frankie Maguire, Dan Adsed and Dylan Hill, with Pemi Aderoju as the lone striker. On the bench for Boston, Kieran Coates, Keaton Ward, Martin Woods, Jacob Hazel, Adam Marriott, Tony Weston and Jake Lovelace. For Forest Green, who are waiting to get us underway here in the second half, it's been Jed Ward in goal, then it's been Sean Long, Ryan Innes, Jordan Moore-Taylor and Jamie Robson at the back, and then 5 in midfield, Kyle McAllister, Charlie McCann, Harvey Bunker, Adam May and Tom Knowles, with up front Christian Deutsch. On the bench, Jamie Searle, Marcel Laviner, Ben Tozer, Emmanuel Ozababy, I hope he didn't come on, Liam Sercombe, Teddy Jenks and Harry Cardwell. Christian James, the Boston United statistician and the microphone announcer for home games, is alongside me, and Christian, it's for Boston really, it's just, we've said it a few times, it's staying in the game, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is almost that cup tie feel. Stay in the game, stay a goal away from a result and see what happens. Boston have got quality on the pitch. Maguire's had a couple of openings. He slipped as he shot. There was the opportunity to get a shot in at the near post late in the half and he didn't make it. Reid's been excellent in midfield, linking play. He's been busy helping Green out on this left-hand side of defence, and he's been linking up with Maguire when he's had the opportunity. United are just going to need more of those moments.
We are back underway here, and Stone has it for Boston United up towards Aderoju, who's headed away, but Richards will look to try and pick it up in midfield. Leak then hooks it forward towards Maguire. A player we feel needs to get on the ball more for Boston United. Rowe, it's another long ball forward in the air towards Aderoju, who's beaten in the air, but Richards picks it up now. Adsed on the right hand side. It's a poor ball by Richards, and the home side have won it back, and then the ball forward from Knowles is intercepted by Rowe, but Knowles takes the quick throw in that's intercepted well by Dylan Hill, but then unfortunately he boots it out for another throw.
He gets ironic cheers, but he's done well to get that well up the pitch. It would have been very easy to just chest that out for another throw in 20 yards upfield. Boston have been sloppy a couple of times trying to build attacks, and it was Richards there who'd done so well to intercept, and then his pass was straight back to a green shirt.
Boston United starting the game 5 points from safety still, results going their way more or less this afternoon with a late kick-off because it's been streamed live on television. Christian and I forgot to get our hair done for the occasion, but it is still 1-0 to the home side, and they've got it at the back with the 2 centre-halves who've seen a lot of the ball. Jordan Moore-Taylor is the man on it now, into McCann, back to Moore-Taylor, and now it's into Charlie McCann, and they're happy to keep the ball between them. Boston's shape has been pretty good in open play. The goal will be the disappointment of the match so far for them. Deutsch rising at the far post, winning a header, very little challenge, and then across to Bunker, who's completely unmarked for a tap-in on the back post. But Boston have the ball on the left-hand side now with Maguire down the line to Aderoju, looking to use his strength to hold it up, but he's crowded out there. The Boston fans across from us here wanted a foul, but referee not interested, and Forest Green go again.
Well, the stadium light's still on here.
Yeah, it's a strange one, that. They came on, didn't they, with about 5 minutes left of the first half, and yeah.
There's a joke somewhere about making savings on the energy bill at Forest Green of all places, but yeah, all the lights still on.
So what would have been ironic there if they'd gone off just as you said that, to show that they're listening to us.
It's all timing, isn't it? I've just received a text. You've got a face for radio. Thank you to whoever sent that one in to me after Dale's TV comments.
I mean,
much appreciated.
To be fair. Anyway, it's you're not missing anything here, by the way, but Boston have got the ball. Aderoju trying to hold it up on halfway. Dispossessed. He's been, every time he gets the ball, Aderoju, he's crowded out at the moment, and they'll start again now. McCann has the ball on the left hand side, running it down Adsed. It's intercepted well by Hill into Aderoju, trying to use his strength, and he's done well there. Aderoju, Adsed. Forest Green, again, some of the fans around us wanted a foul by Aderoju there, as Leak goes back to Stone under pressure from Deutsch. Stone goes high, there's nobody there. He's going to go out for a throw-in.
He can't be everywhere, can he, Aderoju? He has at times had 4 men to try and get past on his own. It's the nature of the shape, and it brings its positives and its negatives, but unfortunately, ever since those first 10 or 15 minutes, Boston just haven't been able to get the ball to stick in their attacking third.
J. Rowe gets up well there for Boston United, but it's the home side again, looking for that run from McAllister on the right-hand side, and that's where the ball's gone. Green got lucky there. McAllister tried to go past it, the ball ricocheted off the knee of Cameron Green, who's now bringing the ball away. He's nearly made the halfway line, and he's dispossessed Green, wins it back, goes back to his goalkeeper, Aidan Stone.
It was lucky that time. McAllister again the threat. We spoke about it during the first half. We mentioned it at half-time. Boston have got to find a way of neutralising this attacking right.
He's been outstanding, hasn't he?
He's been excellent.
Been really good.
Whether they double up and they sacrifice a man elsewhere, I don't know, but he is the threat.
Boston are coming forward here now. Reid found by Hill. Left-hand side Reid. He's going to give it to Maguire. Hill. Now Dan had said it's a positive bit of play, so they're slowly going backwards. Richards telling Rowe just to come nearer to him. Here is Rowe on the right-hand side. Now Richards, and Boston will be enjoying a bit of possession. Teal inside the Z circle. Hill. Now Green, again it's possession play, but Reid is just easily shoved off the ball there. Forest Green win it back. Although Richards trying to win it back in midfield. They've played that ball forward down the right, and for once there's no McAllister there.
No, I said Aderoju can't be anywhere, and finally it's proved that McAllister can't be either. They are looking for that ball every time, Forest Green. Working the space well. They're progressing play down the left-hand side and looking to switch. And McAllister's got the pace.
We've got about 10 of them Boston United Santa hats waving in our eye line right opposite us here as Aderoju picks the ball up now on the edge of the area. Aderoju, can he make space for a shot? He's still going. Pemi Aderoju battling away. Boston trying to get themselves in the game as tries to find Rowe, but it's given away, and now it's Forest Green coming forward. McCann digs that ball forward, but that's going to go out. Boston have started this half, Christian, pretty well.
They have, but if you recall when Martin Woods took over as caretaker charge, he impressed before that Dagenham game how important it was to get shots in when you've got the opportunity. Aderoju had one on his left, one on his right, didn't fancy it, they overplayed it and they ended up not getting a shot on goal. Wood hasn't had a save to make. Maguire was unlucky in the first half, he slipped, but Aderoju there had 2 opportunities to get a shot in on goal, he didn't take them, and they've ended up with possession with the centre halves.
But that's with Aidan Stone. Forest Green leading Boston 1-0 here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Our second commentary of the day, following a 2-2 draw between Huddersfield and Lincoln. More reaction to that and reaction to this game after this match on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. If you, as Boston United win a throw-in, if you can't hang around for it, the Boston United podcast will be on BBC Sounds and all the usual ways at the end of the match. We'll hear from the manager, a player, and we'll get some more thoughts from Christian on the Boston podcast. But it's Boston with a throw in. J. Rowe takes it, gets the ball back from Atson, and here he is now on the right hand side looking to try and muscle his way through, and he's just barged off the ball there cleverly by Robson, and it's a goal kick to the home side.
Smart work, and he got a knock for his trouble there. I'd said he's okay, but he did take a boot to the back of the head. I was going to suggest in the first half it's a little bit old-fashioned, but does Green want to just take the opportunity to get a slightly heavy tackle in on McAllister? But to be honest with you, he's not got close enough to him. I think it is going to have to be tactically as opposed to physically that they nullify the threat on that side.
Well, that is the old school way, isn't it? Just take them out, as Reid has just fouled there. Harvey Bunker, but like you say, to do that you've got to get close to them. So
yeah, you can't.
Lights have gone out. The stadium, not the floodlights.
I was just going to say you can't kick shadows as the lights went out there, so my timing would have been perfect, but 5 seconds off. But no, you're right, Green, you've got to get close enough to him to bring him down, to hopefully win possession off him, but to do something, and he has rather had the run of the attacking right all through this game.
I think it's one of them. I think you don't necessarily go to foul, but maybe be a bit more physical with your tackling. But again, you've got to get close, because obviously if you foul, you're on a yellow card, and suddenly you're in trouble. Now Boston have a free kick. Ironic jeers from the Boston United fans who feel the referee hasn't given them a lot this evening.
They started to pick up loose balls in midfield though, which could be a good thing.
However, it's a wasted free kick, because now it's all the way back with Aidan Stone.
And they need to stop doing that. There was that corner late in the first half that they tried to force a crossing position and it didn't work.
Well, that was a foul by Adstead, but the referee plays on, and Deutsch has got a bit of space here if he can keep this ball in on the left-hand side for Forest Green. Rowe goes across. Knowles is the option for the home side, but he's dispossessed, and Boston have won the ball back again. Hill towards Aderoju on halfway, does so well there to win a free kick from Moore Taylor.
He's ploughing a lone furrow, isn't he, Aderoju up there, but he's done excellently. The best way to get players up the field is to win a free kick, and facing his own goal, he's felt a touch, he's gone down. 9 times out of 10 you get those, and he did there.
I think he's been excellent tonight, Aderoju. I really do. It's so hard being up there on your own against the best defence in the league. And then also, we mentioned in the first half the contribution defensively from him as well.
Yeah, Boston have brought everyone back for the flurry of corners they had to face, and it was Aderoju who more than once made a telling contribution.
Rowe's free kick is beaten in the air, so another ball forward towards Maguire in the air, but Boston will pick this up with Reid down the left hand side. Maguire's the option, and that's where the ball goes now. Maguire looking to try and cross, but he's dispossessed over on the far side. But it's cleared away. Has the ball gone out? Yes, Boston have a throw in.
Yeah, got to win.
Very encouraging signs this at the start of the second half.
Got to win something there. It's a shame it's a throw in 40 yards at the touchline, but another good position for Maguire down the attacking left. Boston are picking up loose balls, they're making intelligent runs, and they are starting to find the space.
Reid to Richards. Richards was dispossessed so too easy there in midfield, and Forest Green, the more Boston push up, will be a threat coming forward, but May taking his time. Boston have got the shape back now.
He turned back, didn't he? He didn't need to.
Could have played that forward, and there was space. Moore Taylor plays that long ball forward, but it'll go through to Aidan Stone. And do you know what? This has got a real feel like Oldham. I know Boston were 2 down there, but the way that the game changed, and that, all right, the fans aren't quite getting on the back, but Boston are growing into it more and more. Aderoju goes up, does well to win that flick on. It will go through to the goalkeeper Ward. And, you know, the manager talks about it every week, positivity, and I think there's plenty to take from this first 11 minutes of the second half.
United are in the game. They've got to keep the back door shut. I think 2 would be a big ask, but they are in the game here. They're making good positions. The only shooting opportunity they really had, Aderoju chose to overplay instead, but they're getting there. They're picking the ball up in midfield. The referee's letting a little bit go, which is, for me, favouring Boston. They are heavy in the challenge in midfield, and it's working out for them.
Excuse me, yep. It's with Moore Taylor and Innis.
And it can stay there. Boston can do this for another 15-20 minutes before starting to push, really. They're not tiring themselves out. It's Forest Green trying to change shape, to move around. Robson's just done 80 yards up and down this touchline to receive a simple pass from his centre-back, and he's got to make another 40 yards again to try and get him behind.
Moore Taylor use the run, and Hill looking to press for Boston United. Moore Taylor has it again for the home side into McCann, who's dropped in to just pick the ball up. Now Moore Taylor's made a bit of a run down the left hand side into the opposition half. It's a ball in towards McAllister. Knowles as well to turn there. Boston, there's a player slipped, Reid, but then he got up and did really well. Now Boston have picked it up with Aderoju inside the Forest Green half. He's got 2 men around him, Aderoju, but he's still got, and he's using his strength here, Aderoju, down the left-hand side. Have Boston got an option? Still Aderoju shoots, well blocked. Boston pick it up with Cameron Green now. Left-hand side into the penalty area. Green plays it across the 6-yard box. Cleared away. Forest Green have got a player down. Referee hasn't stopped the game. He doesn't have to, but McAllister kicks it out. Great build-up from Boston.
It was good work. Aderoju strong there. It was shoulder to shoulder, and he won out. I think it's Innis that he got the better of there. Whoever it was, he did excellently to advance into the left-hand side and a little bit wide of goal. He had options, but he took the shot on. That's what we said he needed to do 10 minutes ago. He did it there. He was crowded out this time, but good signs for Boston. And then the home crowd weren't happy, but it was McAllister that had the ball. He's got the option to put it out of play if he feels his teammate needs attention, and I think Boston will return this throw.
Yeah, they don't have to, but it's, you know, it's sportsmanship, isn't it? I'm sure they will.
There's a debate going on. The ball's sort of just trickling, but it has ended up back to the goalkeeper.
Well, there we go. We're back underway here. 59 gone. Forest Green 1, Boston 0. Bunker with a goal in the 37th minute, but Boston have started this second half well. I think we're going to see Keaton Ward.
Possibly Weston as well.
Pretty soon. Weston, who's looked very lively since coming back from his injury. We keep saying you'd think it'd be Hazel to come as the second forward, but Tony Weston is another option, isn't he?
Absolutely, and it would potentially see the shape remain as it is. Things are going well for Boston this half. You don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Long ball forward, headed away by Leake. Forest Green picking up with McCann. And Dan Adstead looking to press here. He doesn't want to be...
he bought that, didn't he, the referee?
They've taken the free kick quickly down to the left-hand side. McCann now on the edge of the area looking to try and make space for the shot. Still going McCann. Boston crowding him out. Can they get a shot away? McAllister. It's now on the right-hand side with Long. There was a chance to shoot there. They chose not to. Ball in. Oh, and he's headed over. Real chance for number 2 there. And
I think it's Bunker again.
He's the man, isn't he? You seem to spot these players better than I do. Bunker, I mean, it's an unmarked header, isn't it?
Yeah, you say you can't spot them, Dale. I don't think United centre-halves have been doing too well either with Bunker. It was free again, a free header inside the 6-yard box. It was a stooping header, but he just couldn't get underneath, over the top of it, sorry. He was underneath it somehow. And it's headed completely... danger free over the bar. Keaton Ward is stripped and ready to go.
Such a good sub to have, Keaton Ward. 5 goals to his name this campaign. And it's going to be interesting who he comes on for. I think Adstead would be my guess.
I would suspect so.
Just because you don't know how much football. Well, he hasn't played a lot of football, has he, lately?
Keeps him central in midfield as well. I mean,
but we're about to find out. As Boston, are they doing it now? No, Forest Green have a throw in. Graham Coughlin wants them to do it now, but referees wave play on for the visitors, the home side, sorry, and then Teal just hoofs that forward out for a throw in.
And it will be outside by the looks of things.
So referee just stops play while Boston take first change of the game on the hour, and it is Dan Adstead to replace by Keaton Ward. Makes sense.
Absolutely, and Ward with 5 goals to his name this season. The 11 on the pitch at the minute have only got 9 between them, 2 for Green, 2 for Rowe, 2 for Maguire and 3 for Aderoju. So Ward has found the net when he's had the opportunity. This is his 14th appearance off the bench alongside 11 starts. His 74th appearance for the Pilgrims in all.
I was just about to say all that.
Done your research.
Just literally about, you just took it away from me. Forest Green back underway. I got the 5 goals bit right.
And those that watch the Boston United Christmas quiz will know that Keaton Ward's got the most appearances of any Pilgrim in the current squad without receiving a red card.
I thought you were asking me these questions on the way home.
You did very well on the first round on the way up.
I did. I think it shocked me as much as it did you. So
consistency is key. We'll see what we get on the way back.
Can't wait. Forest Green 1 up. Boston have the ball there with Keaton Ward in the right back position. He used to be quick here though. He's under a bit of pressure, and in the end wins a throw. And I don't think there was a shout from anyone else that Forest Green were charging him down, but J-Rowe has a throw in the right back position.
Well, it didn't have the legs to exit via the touchline, did it? It needed to go, and Boston could be defending a throw well up the pitch. Instead they've got one, but they're only really 10 yards or so from the corner flag.
Look how far back Aderoju has to come just to try and win the ball, and then Ward does well to flick that ball on. Maguire now twisting and turning and doing so well to win a free kick off Moore Taylor. Boston wanted the option to take that quick was there. Ward was free. Maguire put the ball down in the wrong position in the referee's opinion.
The home crowd aren't happy, but that is exactly the same play that Knowles made 5 minutes earlier. 5 yards the other side of the halfway line. He backed into his man. He had no options in front of him there, Maguire. It's good attacking play. Consistency from the referee. I felt it was a little bit harsh giving it against Boston, but it's gone the other way. We don't mind that. He's set his stall out and he's going with it.
You always ask, I know we say it a lot, you just ask the referee to be consistent.
And that's exactly what you got.
Takes the free kick to Green, and they've moved the angle for this long ball forward from Green towards the head of Teal, who got up, and Aderoju got his head towards goal. It goes wide. Boston looking a threat from that set piece.
Yeah, they got themselves into a good position. They won the first contact in the box there, but unfortunately it was a difficult one for Aderoju. He had attention, he did well to win it, but it was harmlessly left of goal. Boston are picking up good positions. They've retained the same shape, albeit Richards has now come forward into the midfield 3 supporting Aderoju. We've got Ward on this near side, the right hand side is really looking.
Hill's dropped back a bit, hasn't he?
And Hill's dropped in, absolutely. So they have shuffled not just the one substitution.
It's Forest Green that are coming forward though with Robson up against J-Rowe. Robson, the former Lincoln City player, gets the ball in, and it's good goalkeeping there from Stone. He clearly shouted at Leek that he got it, and he gathers it in well.
I really hope so. We're not in the fortunate position to hear from this distance, and it looked a little bit like the Forest Green man was going to nip in between Leek and his goalkeeper
Stone
for a simple
knew what
tap
he was
in.
doing.
They're calm goalkeepers, calmer than I was watching that.
Dylan Hill now for Boston United coming forward. It's just dispossessed though. Boston will need Leek to come across, but no nonsense defending, just plays it forward. Rowe was well off the pitch when he chose to head that.
It's a relief for Boston because it was Bunker marching in. He'd picked the ball up, but yeah, Hill with the return header.
We talk about McAllister, who's been a little bit quieter, touchwood, for this second half, but Bunker as well has been a real... Harry Bunker in the midfield has been a real influence, hasn't he? And something else they've struggled to deal with.
Well, he has been able to support Doidge a lot more regularly than Boston's been able to get that support to Aderoju, and it was his good work getting into the position to make a simple finish for the first goal. He should have scored with that header to make it 2-0, and it's a very, very different game at 2, but he is getting up there and becoming that second striker.
But it is still 1-0. Hill winning the ball back for Boston, but McCann has it. That's a clever ball in the middle towards Knowles, but Boston do well to win it back, and Reed looking to bring this forward. Now Richards and now Maguire. Boston are 3-on-3 here. Maguire coming forward towards Aderoju into the area, left hand side. Aderoju's touch takes him wide. Forest Green have brought players back, but Boston are managing to get men forward slowly. Here's Green. Still Green, he's done a 360 turn before making himself space to cross the ball in low. It's cleared away by Innes for a Boston throw-in.
He worked hard to get it on his left foot, Green, there, and then it was a near post cross that was easily cut out. But again, Boston are finding that space in behind. Aderoju maybe could have had a shot this time, didn't, but they've recycled it well, and possession is down the left-hand side.
And it's Maguire, it's that left-hand side again. Maguire plays the ball in behind everybody. Rowe had made a great run forward there, as had Keaton Ward, and Jay Rowe fouls his man.
That'll be a booking.
And that'll be a yellow card, and that's quite an easy one for the referee.
The fans around us want a bit more.
Home fans want a red.
The linesman's right there.
Linesman didn't wave his flag, and it'll be a yellow card for the Boston United skipper, and I don't think he can have any arguments with that.
No, he's offering a hand for a bit of a handshake from Knowles. It was slightly lunging.
He's not been booked. Wow, he has not been booked.
Well, let's remember that when a slightly harder one goes flying in 10 minutes time. I said earlier this referee's given out a lot of bookings recently, but that was
the one today.
That was an obvious one there, and Rose got away with it.
That's as easy a yellow card decision as you're ever likely to see.
Through the back, stopping a promising attack. The ball wasn't there to be won at all, and Rose got away with it.
And 67 gone, 1-0 to Forest Green. If you're just joining us here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, Lincoln City joined 2-2 earlier with Huddersfield. We'll have reaction to that game at the end of this one. We'll also hear from Graham Coughlin and one of the players hopefully before the end of Hope and Glory at 8 o'clock tonight. Other local scores then: Gainsborough Trinity winning for a 5th league game in a row at Lancaster 2-1, Stamford 0, Stratford 2, Alfchurch 0, Spalding 1, and Grantham losing 5-0 at home to Worcester. Not a good day for the Gingerbread. Here Boston trailing 1-0 but are in this game as Ward tries to get on the end of that long ball forward, but Harvey Moore did it again. Moore Taylor clears away. Maguire now brings it down. The home fans want handball. Home fans are feeling very aggrieved at the moment. You can just hear it in the atmosphere. They feel they're getting nothing. Boston fans felt that in the first half as Richards plays that ball forward. Maguire will look to get on the end of this one. It's good play in the end from the defender Moore Taylor, who let him win the header and then wins the second ball. Hill battling away in midfield here to try and make something of it. How's that not gone out?
It's pretty much in the stand, but the linesman's not interested.
He was near a run. Now Forest Green win a free kick. That ball was nearer us than well, not quite, but it was well out.
Comfortably out of play, and they've taken this free kick quick. McAllister's down the left for a change.
Looking to take on Teal down by the left corner flag, wins a corner.
Yeah, Boston have just got to be careful. They have got the home side in the position they wouldn't have wanted to be. The game's still in the balance. Half of the second half to go, but that all-important second goal cannot come past Adenstone for Boston here.
Well, we know that Forest Green have got so much talent on the bench, as Graham Coughlin in conversation with the 4th official.
Is everyone back again?
So they've done that every time under him for the last 5 games, so it's not a surprise.
There's a free man lurking on the far edge of the box.
So here comes the corner from Forest Green. Don't get past, I think it was Jordan Richards on the near post, and Boston are going to look to try and counter-attack here with Keaton Ward. They've got men up. It's not the best of balls though to Cameron Green, who yet again was the furthest man forward. Green down the left-hand side now wins a throw-in. Every corner, Green is the one, isn't it? Every time seems to be the furthest man forward. He's taken the throw-in to Ward, back to Green. The pass was on this side though.
I think he tried to make it. I think it was deflected out to Green. Ward was unlucky there, but they did break three.
Ball in towards Maguire now. Heavy touch on the left hand side in towards Aderojo. J. Rowe with a shot, brilliantly blocked.
It's a corner.
Charge down, corner to Boston.
Excellent cutback. You can hear the home fans here. Shouldn't be on the pitch. I'd say he should have a booking against his name. Absolutely. He did well there. It was a good cross from Maguire. He could see that Aderojo was crowded out, so he pulled it back. Rowe, it did sort of take a bobble.
He was bobbling, but
left-footed.
Got it tight. It's a good block. I didn't see who the block was.
Absolutely. Got over the top of it.
Block.
It's gone out for a corner, and that was a good opportunity for Boston. They're just starting to threaten.
Well, Maguire will take this corner.
And everyone back for Forest Green.
Leading 1-0. Maguire, will he go short, or they're trying to be inventive from set pieces? Boston, this time it's just straight into the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper chooses to punch. Hill's going to have to really go to get this one for Boston United, and does well to let it go out for a throw-in on the right-hand side. Boston leaving men forward here for J. Rowe's throw. I think Teal and Leake are now heading back. I think they'd have stayed forward for the quick one, but I think the manager wants them to get their shape before Rowe takes this throw, which is sensible play from Boston United. Rowe gets it back from Richards and then gives it back to Jordan Richards. Back to Connor Teal inside the centre circle. Over to the left-hand side. We've got 20 minutes to go here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire as Green comes inside. Back to Teal. Then across to Leake. And now Hill in the right-back position. Hill plays that ball forward, looking for the run of Keaton Ward. Maguire will try and get on the end of that, but it's overhit. But it's still 1-0. Boston United then. So next week, away at Rochdale, Jamie Yates back alongside myself, Dale Story again. That game's 3 o'clock on all platforms for BBC Radio Lincolnshire. And then Solihull back online for Boston on Boxing Day. Rob Makepeace is back with Graham Carroll, and then Christian will be with Rob on New Year's Day at Wealdstone before the trophy tie, when we'll find out this Tuesday whether it'll be at Gateshead or Farsley. Here it's 1-0 to Forest Green here in Gloucestershire as the win levels start to pick up, but it's Boston that have certainly been the better team in this second half. And they've got the ball again now with Leake. Rowe did well to do anything with that. It was a high pass and Leake had to head it. And then McAllister, who has come across to this left hand side, interestingly, gives away a throw in.
Suits me. He's been doing well down the attacking right, but not had any joy for 10 minutes or so, and he's going to try his luck on this left instead.
So that means Knowles will go across, Tom Knowles to the right. Aderojo wins the flick on. Here's Maguire again for Boston United. Keaton Ward wins a throw in. Maguire is certainly the threat, isn't he? He's been outstanding again.
He is, and he's ever increasingly being the one that drops forward. When Aderojo's come back to win the headers from these throw-ins, they weren't leaving anyone up front, whereas Maguire is now being that man just to offer them a position further up the pitch.
Rowe and Hill combined. J. Rowe still going forward now for Boston United, and he gets his crossing. Unfortunately, there's nobody in the penalty area, and it's gathered in with ease from Jed Ward. As Forest Green are preparing their first substitute, Harry Cardwell, the former Grimsby Town player, he's preparing to come on.
And there's a demonstration of the might of teams like Forest Green. A player like Harry Cardwell to come off the bench, scored against Boston for Southend earlier in the season.
Boston looking to win this ball back, and they will through Tom Leake. Got 18 minutes of normal time to go, plus whatever stoppage time is added on. Leake plays the ball long towards Maguire, beaten in the air. Can Boston pick up the second ball? No, they can't. McCann does, but Reid then picks it up for Boston, and Cameron Green has made a great run down the left-hand side, but Reid continues himself, plays the ball in towards Maguire, left-hand side of the penalty area. Maguire now comes inside Frankie Maguire, back to Jordan Richards. Can Boston create that chance, get themselves level? Richards back to Cameron Green on the left-hand side. Still going Green. He's made himself some space for the cross. Can he get it in? No, he
took a touch. He's won a corner. Aderojo screaming for a cross in there. The position was there, but it wasn't made. Instead, we're going to get it from a Keaton Ward corner. Everyone back for Forest Green again.
Another corner for Boston United, trailing 1-0.
As Marriott looks ready to come on.
Well, there's a man in form, confidence, following last week. It's Marriott as Ward plays the ball towards J. Rowe, completely unmarked at the back post. Quite a way out, but still free header, and he's headed it over.
Yeah, it was a looping one, wasn't it? And it bounced comfortably over for Ward in the Forest Green goal. It was a good run and it was an excellent delivery. He picked him out a treat. Rowe didn't have to move, but while he had set himself, he couldn't get his header on target.
Christian Deutsch, the man who set up the goal that separates the two teams with a clever header, is replaced by Harry Cardwell. 3 goals to his name, Cardwell, this campaign. As Christian pointed out, it just shows the depth of Forest Green. But then to me, Boston's bench is pretty decent today. And Adam Marriott is ready to come on. Can he unlock the Forest Green door? We will find out in a few minutes. Cardwell wins his first header. Leak heads it away. Richards goes up, then Leak goes up as well. It should be cleared by Rowe, and it is, into the stand where we're sat.
The Boston bench has been a good one for being 1-0 down, hasn't it? You've got Marriott, Ward's come on already, Hazel, the options are there, Weston as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not seeing Weston, to be honest, but here comes Marriott. I don't think, well, he's not done the board yet, the fourth official.
They're waving at Maguire, who's played well.
Frankie Maguire coming off, 75 gone. Adam Marriott coming on.
It is very much a 2 up front now, isn't it? Maguire had played the last 5 minutes as though that was the case, and you've now got 2 out and out strikers. I said probably 70 minutes in, it's been 75, but the move has come.
It certainly has, but Forest Green are coming forward themselves now. Robson gets the ball in, gathered in well by Stone.
And a couple of locals obviously think it's finished. They're heading off, and they obscured my view of that one, but Stone did gather easily enough in the end.
There's a bloke waving now. I was looking under his arm.
But he's decided it's finished. 1-0, job's done. He's called it.
He's off for a pint. I thought he was gesturing to the people he knows behind us.
Well, it's a late start, but he's determined it's not going to be a late finish.
Go and get warm. Right then, Forest Green, another change here, and it will be Teddy Jenks coming on for Tom Knowles. Teddy Jenks, 2 goals to his name this campaign. Knowles, one of the wingers, clearly in no rush to get off the pitch. Of course, why would you be when you 1-0 up?
For a winger, he was very, very central there when the ball went up, wasn't he?
No, that old
very knowing.
Every team does it.
Gone are the days of switching wings and standing on the far side, but you can get yourself centrally and
get yourself in the centre circle.
You've got half the pitch to walk off instead.
Greg Coughlin in conversation with Tom Leake. Boston looking to try and get themselves what will be an incredible point here at the new lawn. Rowe throws it into Ward, back to J. Rowe, looking for Marriott, but it's cleared away, and then Forest Green just pumping that ball down the line for Cardwell. He won't get there, and Tom Leake comes across to take the throw, and they are going to encourage the likes of Rowe to get forward and Green. That's where the threat's been for Boston, to be fair. We said it in the first half about Forest Green that it was the width, but actually Boston United out wide have also been the threat, as Rowe takes his throw in, takes a bounce before Ward manages to flick it on towards Marriott. It's hoofed away out for another throw into Boston further up the pitch.
Bit of a lack of quality there in the clearance, and you can hear the supporters around us are not comfortable.
It is so similar to Oldham, this match. It really is.
Absolutely.
I think
Boston.
they went 1-0 up. Forest Green, there was a belief that most of the job had been done, and the form they're on, it's understandable. There's the ball over the top. Teal will come across and head this out for a throw-in.
Well, Bunker should have had them out of sight. 2-0 is out of sight in this game, and Bunker had the perfect opportunity to do so. That's Boston have limited Forest Green to just that, the one opportunity. They've had good moves themselves.
Has felt change size, I think, says a lot, and that's it. He was on the ball, Bunker, McCann, but again Boston forcing them back, and it's now back inside the Boston United half, and it's a throw-in to Forest Green. May winning the throw-in, and it'll be taken by Jordan Moore-Taylor, the captain. He's seen a lot of the ball. No, he won't take it. He's going to leave it for Jamie Robson.
This is fine for Boston. It ekes more time out of the game. They're still in it. They're still a moment away.
Headed away by League. Sorry to interrupt you there. As Robson has it for Forest Green. It's another long ball forward. They've become a bit more hopeful. League will say he meant to leave that for Aidan Stone. I'm sure he misjudged it, but anyway, Boston's keeper has it. Who, we talked about Aidan Stone a lot in the first half. Hardly mentioned him this half.
Not been involved, not been needed.
No. Ward now picks it up for Boston on the right-hand side. What can he create? Brings it back onto his left foot. It's a terrible ball. And Cardwell has picked it up for Forest Green. Ward desperate to try and win it back and then concedes a throw-in.
Yeah, he got a nibble on that, Ward. Leake had slipped, but I don't think Cardwell had realised he had his back to goal in the Forest Green's defensive half, but he played it as though he was under pressure, and he really wasn't.
So now with Harvey, I've done it again. Moore Taylor, I don't know why. Moore Taylor with the ball forward to Cardwell, back to McAllister on the left hand side up against J. Rowe. It's a clever ball down to Robson, who has it. I thought he just stopped them for a minute, but he hadn't. McAllister now looking to create space. It's a good cross towards that back post. It's overhit though. Boston should be able to deal with this through Sam Reed. Goes back to Green. Green's clearance is a rushed one though, and Forest Green pick the ball up inside their own half, and now it's them that are coming forward long, looking to get the cross in, but it's stopped by Reed, and that's a throw in to Forest Green. No, it isn't. It's a throw in to Boston.
Well, Reed's done exceptionally well there, not only to cut the attack out, but to win the throw in. You say Stone hasn't been mentioned so much. We've not needed to reference Reed.
Jacob Hazell in conversation with Graham Coughlin. Boston can only make one more set of subs, can't they?
Yeah, you can do it in 5 sets. National League aren't too worried. Yeah, you can stop the game 10 times for substitutions.
I thought it was 3.
The National League do things differently.
Ward now for Boston United. This is really good. Reed on the left hand side now. Can he deliver the right cross towards Marriott? It's in. Oh, it's offside. Oh, what a shame.
A cracking header.
Great ball in from Reed. It's a great header, but Marriott just offside. Well, there's a let-off for Forest Green.
Just kissed the post on the way in. A glancing header. He did well to reach it, but he'd obviously reached it from an offside position. That's a warning sign for the host. You can hear around us. Pick it up. Switch on. They've drawn a few too many games this season. That's what's costing them at the top end. Barnet might have lost 5, but they've only drawn 2. Forest Green, this would be their 7th if Boston can make it happen here. That's the warning. And now you can hear the fans trying to raise their side.
Well, they're going to need it. It's there to get over the line because Boston are on top here. Richard with the ball forward to Marriott. Brings that down brilliantly in midfield. That's a really good ball out to Keaton Ward on the right-hand side. He's got 2 with him, Ward, and he's well dispossessed. And it's the home side that are coming forward. But it's, whereas in the first half, those balls forward were finding players. Balls like that to Cardwell, it was more a hopeful ball than anything else from McAllister, wasn't it?
It was, and Boston have reshuffled again here. You've now got Hill and Richards centrally, Ward on the right-hand side, and Reed's gone out to the left. So it's a 4-4-2 with advanced wingers, and that's what's giving Boston the presence at this end of the pitch. They have got options now. It's not just Aderoju. Ward's been busy.
I think Reed's coming off.
3 forwards then.
For Jacob Hazell.
Well, he's played very well, Reed, but that's not what Boston need now at this end of the game. They've got options on the bench, as we say, at 1-0 down, to bring forwards on, to introduce more presence up front. And when you've got a man that scored 7 this season, now's the opportunity.
Like you say, I think Reed's played well, and Hazell, pretty good sub to have.
Absolutely. Reed's been a big part of getting Boston this far. Now it's up to Marriott, it's up to Hazell. These are the players that have come on to have that one big impact and secure Boston the point. There's been one blip that's let them down. Can they find something now to pick up an exceptional point on the road?
And Tom Leake on halfway is charged down. I believe one of the discussions we had on the way here involved a last-minute equaliser for Boston. So
absolutely,
we discussed many outcomes for this match on the way here. Because you've got to kill a 3.5-hour journey somehow. Anyway, Rowe with the throw to Ward, looking to switch across to Cameron Green, who won't need telling twice to come forward, but he's under a bit of pressure from Teddy Jenks. Boston win a throw in. Green looks to take it quickly down the line to Jacob Hazell, hits his chest, and Forest Green clearer, but into that group of Boston fans over on the far side for another throw in, which Green will take.
Trying to work out what Boston have done here. Ward's come centrally. It is a 3. Marriott with Hazel on the left, Aderoju on the right. Ward's dropped into the centre of midfield, so another change of shape. Keeps Forest Green guessing.
This is key to get the wing backs forward then, isn't it? They've got to get forward. As Marriott heads that on towards Hazel, it's cleared away by Forest Green, but Leake will take a touch before coming across to J. Rowe. Rowe's ball down towards Aderoju. It's a heavy touch from Aderoju, but he wins a throw in. Graham Coughlin out quickly to give the ball to Keaton Ward. Throws it to Rowe. Back to Keaton Ward. We've got 6 minutes to play here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Forest Green leading Boston by a goal to 0. Aidan Stone plays that ball long towards Aderoju. Headed away but picked up by Ward in midfield. Certainly made an impact since coming on, Keaton Ward, as he often does. Now it's with Cameron Green on the left-hand side. Hill making the overlapping run, but Green choosing to come inside Green, and then he's given the ball away. Richards will win that back for Boston and win a free kick.
Richards did well there, covering his left back. It was the right thing to do. Ward's pushing Rowe forward on this right-hand side, and Green went on the left as well. It will be Richards that drops in to offer the centre-backs a bit of cover when they need it, but now's the time. You've got just over 5 minutes left. You've got to push, and if you lose the game 2-0, you've got to have a go.
Aidan Stone coming a long way up to give it to Green to get a different angle on the cross. It's headed away. Hill will go back to his goalkeeper. Safety first for Boston United. Stone encouraged to just boot that long, and he's overhit it, and that's going to go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, too much on that. You've got to keep it out of the box, but you've got to keep it on the pitch as well, and Hazel's going to have to fetch this for Ward, who's managed to run all the way out to the corner to then, I'm sure, trundle back at slightly lesser speed and take this goal kick. Forest Green are worried here. It's the sign of good sides, of title-winning sides. Can you grind out a result? But they're being made to grind out a result here by a Boston side who've shown plenty. You don't want to be a hard luck story, but there's a way to lose a game, and if Boston are to lose this one, they've lost it playing well. They've been resolute in defence. Can they fashion that one opportunity, and can they take it?
Just that one chance you feel they need as Ward plays the ball on. I think that'll be the frustration for Graham Coughlin, is the fact they haven't really created that chance, have they yet? That's the concern, you'd say, and probably the biggest disappointment. Had a lot of the play, a lot of balls in the box, no real chances created. It's a throw into Forest Green, and Jamie Robson will take it down the line towards Cardwell. Boston look to win this back through Marriott. In the end, Keaton Ward just boots the ball on towards Aderoju. It's headed across from Innis to Sean Long, who's got a bit of space to run into, but chooses to pass it out to Jenks on the far side. Boston trying to win this ball high through Hill. He nearly did, but it's the home side. That's a clever ball out to Jamie Robson on the left hand side. Robson, ball down the line towards McCann. Leake did well to win that and concede a throw in.
They shifted it quickly there from right to left, Forest Green. They found the space in behind that brings Leake sliding to intercept there at the expense of a throw in.
Would you say Boston deserve a point?
I think Boston have had the balance of play the second half, but they haven't created enough. There's time to change that. Forest Green were full value for a half-time lead. Boston have had the balance of it in the second half, but they've done so from a losing position. Can they strike at just the right time?
Still 1-0 to Forest Green. Boston have won the ball. Oh, Keaton Ward there. Don't know what he was doing. He's giving the ball away, and now May for Forest Green. He's into the penalty area. He's trying to find space to shoot. It's a brilliant block by Dylan Hill. Boston win it back, and now it's just a hopeful ball forward really from Will. But Aderoju's going to really go for this with the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper comes out, comes to Marriott. It's wide. He's hit the post. It's an open goal, and Adam Marriott has hit the post. Aderoju went up with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper felt he was fouled. The ball fell to Marriott. He's hit the post. There's your chance, Christian James.
That's it. That's where you need the calm head. Coughlin doesn't know what's going on.
I thought it was going in.
I thought it was going in. Aderoju's not happy. Ward's not happy. The referee's played on, and Adam Marriott was the man it fell to. That's your opportunity. It was bouncing. He got his foot over the ball. He had the whole net to aim at, and he's clipped the outside of the post.
I thought it was wide for a second, then all of a sudden it was... I could see also, you know, being honest, why Forest Green thought it was a foul.
Absolutely, I thought it was a foul.
I thought it was a foul.
But it wasn't.
Ref didn't give it. Marriott's got to... he was there. It was there. The opportunity. Oh, no.
That's it, and you've just seen May crowded out at the other end. He had the chance to make it 2-0, couldn't get his shot off, and then that falls for you. Aderoju chasing lost causes. He's had to do a lot of that today, and it bore fruit, but it bore fruit for Marriott, and he couldn't convert.
So he puts in an overhead kick. Last week, the story of a striker, eh? Oh, no. Oh, Jack. Oh, anyway, we were into the last minute of normal time, and Boston United were a post away from being level here as Robson throws the ball down the line. Cornwall heads it on. League heads away for Boston United. Marriott battling to win a free kick. That's exactly what he does for the Pilgrims. Wants to take it quickly. Referee saying it's a rolling ball. Stoppage time becomes interesting now as Forest Green pick their man of the match.
Got to be the 7.
Yeah. I mean, second half, I think Boston have done a lot better on him, but the first half he was unplayable.
He was the difference. He was the threat. Forest Green had the lion's share of the play in the first half, and most of it came through him.
Stone with this kick long. Headed on by Rowe. Hazel will do what he can to try and keep this in by the corner flag. Wins Boston a throw in right by the corner flag. Defenders kick the ball away there. He's going to get a yellow card.
He is.
Who is it?
That
16.
is Bunker.
Bunker, the goal scorer. Gets himself a yellow. Just the second yellow of the game, and we've got just 3 minutes. I didn't think it was going to be very long.
I couldn't think of much to construct a bigger number.
Hill crosses the ball in. Aderoju, that's a foul. Well, you know, Boston United have clearly had a game plan today. You know, and they'd have felt in the last 15 they'd have created a chance, and it was there. The game plans work perfectly.
The plan relies on you taking your chance when it comes. Boston have got 3 forwards on the pitch. They've brought Hazel and Marriott on. It fell to Marriott and he couldn't take it, and unless Boston produced something excellent here in a fairly slim period of added time, that is going to be what sees United return home empty-handed.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
It was bouncing, I'll give him that, but
no.
The net was there for him and he couldn't roll it between the posts.
Anyway, Forest Green have a throw in for them, the right end of the pitch. Remember, following this game, we'll have a reaction from Graham Coughlin, from one of the Boston United players. It'll also be on the Boston United podcast. Forest Green looking to wind the clock down. I don't think any of us predicted 1-0 Forest Green.
I got the 0 right. I was fearing the worst coming here, but Boston now, it's 4 league games in 5 they haven't scored unless something happens here. They got 3 against the Braintree team who sacked the manager within 7 days of that result. Credit where credit's due, it was a good performance, but they haven't scored in any of their other games across the last 5. They're not going to get many better chances than that.
Long ball forward, Leak will deal with it. Richards needs to keep this one in really and hooks it forward. May just pumps it forward really for Forest Green. That's going to go out, and Aidan Stone needs to be getting a move on here. We've got just over a minute of stoppage time still to play. Teal has made himself an extra striker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up top for Boston United. If Rowe can get his head on, they've got a throw in here in attacking position. They need to get men forward. Teal is going to take this throw in, is he? No. It's going to be Rowe. Graham Coughlin urging his players to go forward really. They've got 2 stood on the halfway line. Why? We've got just over 30 seconds to go. Rowe with the throw for Boston United in towards Aderoju, got up. It comes back to Rowe, lays it off to Ward. Ward with the cross towards the back post. Jacob Hazel got his head onto it and it's gathered in easily by Jed Ward.
Hazel craning his neck to try and generate any sort of power on that. He couldn't do it. He got it between the posts, but it was picking cherries, wasn't it, for Ward, unfortunately. And I think it is going to be 3 points for the well-fancied hosts. The cameras have come down here tonight expecting to see a title-chasing side put on a performance. They played well in the first half, but they've been made to sweat it, and Boston did have that opportunity to finish off the game plan.
Headed away by Leak and then Teal. Boston trying to pick this down in midfield. Hill, the referee's looked to his watch. We've had the 3 minutes. Hill again. Plays that ball forward now. Can Aderoju get on the end of it? He's into the penalty area. Aderoju on the right hand side. Aderoju battling away, gets the ball into that 6-yard box. It's just whacked away. Can Boston create something here? Rowe wants a free kick. Now he's got one. This is it. He's got one on the right hand side of the penalty area. He's certainly made no friends in Forest Green this afternoon, J. Rowe. This is it for Boston United. Can they find themselves
Stone's got to go here.
an equaliser? Martin Woods. Is Martin Woods going to come on to take this free kick?
He may well be.
Wow. I think he is. We've had the 3 minutes, by the way, of stoppage time. Martin Woods is going to come on to take this free kick. He's coming on for Dylan Hill. We've had over a minute. This is it for Boston United. I mean, this could be the most inspired substitution you've ever seen. Martin Woods has come on. He's literally going to be on for. The fourth official's waving a blank board. It'll be Woods left-footed in swinger. Does he shoot? Does he try and go for that near post?
He's asking the question.
Everybody is up here for Boston. This is it then. Here goes Woods with the free kick headed away, and
That's
then
it.
full-time whistle. And Forest Green have won the game, and Boston United have put everything into this. They held firm when Forest Green were all over them in that first half. They conceded a goal through bunker in the 37th game, and then they huffed and puffed, and we wanted that one opportunity, and it fell to Adam Marriott with an open goal from the edge of the area, and he hit the post. But Boston United can certainly take lots of positives from today, Christian.
Absolutely, there are many ways to win a game, and Boston can take a lot of positives from that. But I can fairly confidently predict what Graham Coughlin will say. They've lost the game, unfortunately, and they had the chance to get the point there. The game plan worked perfectly, bar the width of the post, and Marriott couldn't roll it between the two sticks. It's a hard luck story for Boston, but it's another game where they've not managed to score in the National League.
And as the Boston United players go over to the brilliant travelling support, I mean, they can be proud of their team today, can't they?
They can, and we felt at Oldham they lost 4-0, but they lost with credit. They've certainly lost with credit today. Barring the one moment, the one lapse in concentration, they've been excellent defensively. Some fantastic performances in there. Maguire was busy feeding on scraps. Aderoju put a hell of a shift in. And Reid in midfield did the job and was then withdrawn when the game didn't need him anymore. Boston didn't need that. They needed their three forwards, Hazel and Marriott, to come on and to step up when the moment came. The moment came. They didn't step up, and that's the game.
We wondered how, looking at Boston's away game at Oldham to this, you can see the improvements, can't you?
They've made Forest Green work hard. They're one of the three teams at the top of this division fighting for automatic promotion. They've had to work for 96 minutes here to fight Boston off, but fight them off they have. Another clean sheet for the defence, the best defence in the league, and unfortunately Boston didn't quite have the answer. They found the route in the end. Before that they hadn't created much, but the opportunity came. It comes back to that, doesn't it? It's the answer to every question today. The opportunity came and Adam Marriott wasn't able to take it, I'm afraid, and Boston leave empty-handed.
Well, there we are. That's Christian. Thank you very much for your commentary. Callum, as we go back to you, it's finished. Forest Green 1, Boston United 0, and on another day it could have been so different for the Pilgrims.
It's one of them, we came into this match, Dale, not expecting 3 points, like you've referenced in commentary, not expecting a point, but it's a missed opportunity, and that Adam Marriott missing specifically, a heck of a missed opportunity.
He should have scored. As I said in commentary, he scored the, nigh on impossible overhead kick, which I think is a great skill. But that's the life of a striker. 1 minute you can score a worldie, the next you miss a great chance. He'll need to pick himself up. But whereas the worry was that Boston may come here and then it's going to be a real job to get them motivated again, they've not been outplayed. The first half, Forest Green were the better team, but the game plan would have been that. They would have be in the game with 15 minutes to go, and the chance will come. That effort from Marriott goes in. It's the perfect game plan from Graham Coughlin. I think he'll be disappointed with the goal they let in. I think he'll mention that when we talk to him, and he'll be disappointed they haven't scored, or I think, as we alluded to in commentary, created that many chances with all the play that they had in the second half. But, being positive, Boston have played really well today. They've gone, toe-to-toe with a team that have a really good chance of winning the league. And in the second half, there was very little between the two. In fact, Boston were the better team. So they're unlucky. It's one of them. They wouldn't, a lot wouldn't have expected anything today, but they could have got something. And they'll go to Rochdale really confident. So I don't think Rochdale are as good as Forest Green. So they go to Rochdale next week full of confidence and hopefully can pick up some much-needed points. However, with the other results in the league, this isn't a bad result for Boston United. They started the day 5 points adrift. They're still 5 points adrift. So on to Rochdale, and the performances keep improving. They've just got to be a bit more clinical in front of goal.
And finally, before I let you go and speak to Graham Coughlin and one of the players, we'll bring you that reaction. It's just one of them, isn't it? You mentioned the confidence. They've got that confidence, and it's about how Graham Coughlin gets them motivated and gets them to take that confidence from what was a good display today and says, against a weaker side, which there are plenty of in the division, they can get a result.
Yeah, definitely. I hark back to the Ebbsfleet 0-0 a couple of weeks ago. I think that's massive. I think it's I hope that doesn't come to bite them at the end of the season. All season Boston have given 100%. It's whether they can have that little bit better quality going forward, and you could argue they haven't today, but they've looked a lot stronger at the back. It's just one little switch off that's cost them the game, and that'll be frustrating. And what he'll do, he said he did this after Oldham, is he'll show the mistakes, he'll show that the players were where they were, what they should have done differently, so they can get better, because they are improving. It talks about it every game, small steps. 4 or 5 weeks ago Boston would have come here and lost 4 or 5-0. That's the mindset Boston were in. Now they're coming away disappointed they've lost 1-0. So things are definitely improving. They're in this relegation fight, but they've got to start being more clinical in front of goal.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Dale. Well, as the Beatles play in the background, you wonder when the sun will come out for Boston United. As it approaches 7:30, let's get your headlines here on Hope and Glory.
Hope. How has he done that? From right on the touchline, he's found the top corner.
And Glory.
That's an absolutely brilliant finish. He gets there before the goalkeeper and dinks it over it. Boston United lead.
Hope and Glory.
BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
Well, it's been a long afternoon here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire and Hope and Glory, and not the best afternoon for our two commentaries of Lincoln City and Boston United. Earlier on, it feels like quite a while ago that Lincoln City found themselves 2-0 up at half-time.
Ethan Arahan just has to steady himself, play forward, flicked across goal. Is this a chance for Lincoln and Calamartri? Oh, it's in! It's an own goal! Lincoln City have put themselves 2-0 up. Again, it's superb from City. It's patient, but it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant goal.
And we'll get more reaction to that game in the coming moments before 8 o'clock. But it wasn't to be for Lincoln City. They let that 2-0 lead slip.
Spencer into the box. It's a chance for Huddersfield. And it's gone in. It's gone through George Wickens. And they are back level. And it's Callum Marshall who scored it with 2 to go.
But it turns out the Imps have actually closed the gap on that top 6 with results elsewhere. They find themselves only 3 points off the top 4 with games in hand and whatnot. For Boston United, it was a real case of missed opportunities.
The ball forward from Robson towards the left back position, headed towards goal, and then it's put in. And it's 1-0 to Forest Green Rovers.
I think it was Bunker
coming in at the back post. Boston couldn't deal with the first one. It ended up being a tap-in.
And a mixed afternoon for our other Lincolnshire sides. Gainsborough Trinity beating Lancaster City. Spalding United winning against Alvechurch, but defeats for Stamford and Grantham Town. We'll be speaking to Mark Hone as we react to Lincoln City's draw earlier on here on Hope and Glory.
Hope and Glory.
BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
Well, Mark, you've joined us in the studio. You've made the long trip back from Huddersfield, which is probably testament to how long this show has been today. It's been a long afternoon for us all here.
It has, yeah, absolutely, yeah. But a really good game. Me and Rob Makepeace have commentated on this afternoon, Lincoln City and Huddersfield. Really entertaining game. Game of 2 halves. But yeah, an exceptional game. Really good atmosphere. And I think Lincoln can probably count themselves a little bit unlucky they haven't come away with 3 points there.
It's one of them, as a neutral, you live and breathe for games like that, because they were very entertaining, very interesting to watch. But as a Lincoln fan, you're disappointed, aren't you?
Probably by tomorrow, I would think it's a good point. I really do. You know, you kind of fear the worst when you go into a side that's won 8 league games on the bounce, you know, at home. Undefeated in 9, you know, they've got 27 points out of possible 29, something like that anyway. So you do fear the worst when you were going there this afternoon, you know, given the two teams' forms. But yeah, I mean, we were exceptional in the first half. We were well worth the 2-0 lead, but we just couldn't quite hang on at the end there. But no, fantastic game to watch. We played a part in that. So look, you know, it's a point gained at a very, very good team. And if you're thinking about budgets and, you know, values of players and things like that, you know, Huddersfield are way beyond us. So, yeah, a good point.
We'll get more thoughts from you, Mark, in a minute, but let's hear from Lincoln City head coach Michael Skubala what he had to say, speaking to Rob Makepeace.
I think everyone can see the first half, I thought we were electric. The lads were fantastic. And then the second half is a tough half to take, and it's probably the old cliche of a game of two halves. But